Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is part 1 of our story. If you like this What If story and want to see part 2, let me know in the comments below. Before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Also, check the description for more great content and my playlist. This story was posted by 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲 on Wattpad. Now let's start. Izuku POV. I'm just simply walking out of Cannibal Town after visiting Auntie Rosie. I'm just minding my own business while simply eating an arm that Rosie has given me as a snack. I stopped walking to see the 666 news, with other sinners and imps. Good afternoon, I'm 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲. Kate says, and I'm Tom Trench. Chaos out at Pentagram City today as a turf war is raging on the west side. Tom announced we all see an image of 𝐒𝐻 trying to be hip, followed by a drawing of Cherry flipping the bird is shown. I shake my head at that. Typical turf war between notable kingpin, 𝐒𝐻, and self-proclaimed spunky powerhouse, Cherry Bomb. Tom says, that's right Tom. After the recent extermination, many areas are now up for grabs. Demons all over hell are already duking it out to gain new territory. Kate smirks out. A live clip of Cherry and 𝐒𝐻's clash is shown. I shake my head in knowing. Those two seem to be really going at it, huh? Tom asks, looks like they're fighting tooth and nail for that hot spot. Kate smirks, and I'd sure like to nail her hot spot. Huh. Tom says, ha, you are a limpy jackass Tom. Or should I say, no pages. Kate says while pouring boiling hot coffee on Tom, not again. Tom groans out. Then the screen shows a picture of Charlie as Tom can still be heard whimpering in pain. Coming up next, we have an exclusive interview with the daughter of Hell's own head honcho who's here to discuss her brand new passion project. All that and more after the break. Kate says we see her crushing her mug. Then faces Tom. SEK it up, you little by dash. Kate snarls. Then a commercial comes up, something about Blitz business. I shrug at that. I teleported to the news station to see Charlie and Vaggie talking quietly. Yo sis, you'll do great. I say. They both look at me and Charlie eyes glitter open. I throw the now meatless bone at a random camera guy. Vin. I'm glad you're here. Charlie cheers. She hugs me tightly, and I just pat her head. Giving her prep talk. I'm guessing. I say, just trying to make her not sing. Vaggie says. I just deadpan at that. Yeah, Charlie gets carried away. A lot. I agree with Vaggie says. No singing. Fine. Charlie whines. I still don't understand how you're older. But you act like my age. I say, well, too bad. Charlie says. She lets go of me and struts to Kate. Hi. I'm Charlie. Charlie says. She tries to get a handshake. However, Kate stares in disgust, while blowing smoke out and throwing the cig she had in her hand. 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐽𝐽. I'd say it's a pleasure to meet you, but that would be a lie. And you can put that away. I don't touch the gays. I have standards. Kate says. I roll my eyes at that and hop on the table next to me. Yeah. How's that working out for ya? Charlie asks, what's the bet that Charlie will sing? I ask Vaggie. 100%. Vaggie says. I nod my head to agree to that. Look, my time is money. So, I'll keep this short. You're not here because we wanted you here. You're here because Jeffrey couldn't make it for his cannibal cooking segment. Kat says while poking Charlie. The cannibal cooking show. My favorite. You might be some royal big shot, but that doesn't mean SHT to me unless it's your brother over there. I'm too rich and too influential to give a flying F about what some tux-wearing demon princess wants to advertise. Kate snarls out. I frown at that. Charlie is going to use Angel as an example. I ask. Yep. Vaggie says. I shake my head at that. Let's hope the interview doesn't go down to 𝐻T. The interview went to SHT, and as me and Vaggie expected, Charlie started singing. Better yet, Angel decided to join that stupid turf war. We all in the royal limo. I'm next to the right window, with Charlie hugging me in my lap, looking depressed and looking out the window when her jacket is ruined after 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐽𝐽 attacked her, which I had to step in and stop the fight. While Vaggie sits next to her, glaring furiously at Angel. Charlie sighs as Vaggie's eye twitches at Angel. While I'm simply stroking Charlie's head, I see Angel, who is simply amusing himself by playing with the car window roller repeatedly. Angel. I strained out. What? He asks, What? What were you doing? Vaggie shouts, I owed my girl buddy a solid. Isn't that a redeeming quality? Helping friends with stuff. Angel scoffs out, not with turf wars. I sigh out, Angel, my chaotic friend, I love you, but seriously. You win some, you lose a few hundred. It wasn't that bad, anyway. He says we watch him play with the window again. Vaggie throws an unfolded pocket knife at the window roller. Come on. My credibility was on the line. I mean, what kind of reputation would I have if people found out I was trying to go clean? It just throws out my entire persona. He explained. I shake my head at him. Charlie whined when I stopped stroking her head for a moment. I smirk at her and return to stroking her head, causing her to smile and snuggle closer. Your credibility? What about the hotels? Your little stunt made us look like a Fing joke. Vaggie screamed in anger. No, babe. Jokes are funny. I made you look, I said, and pathetic. Like an orphan. With no arms. Or legs. With progeria. Angel says, Angel, what the F? I say in shock. He shrugs and starts looking around the limo. This thing have any liquor? He asks, can you please just try to take this seriously? Vaggie asks in annoyance, I'll try. Just don't get your taco in a twist, baby. Angel says. I deadpan at him as I see Vaggie has an anger mark form on her forehead. Was that you trying to be sexist or racist? Vaggie asks angrily, whatever pisses you off more. Is there seriously no liquor in here? He says, I'm gonna kill them. Vaggie mumbles, later. I sigh out, too late, toots. Would that make me double dead? And where exactly do I go? To double hell. Haha. Sorry, you're stuck with me, beach, get used to it. He states. I shake my head at them and look out the window. I ignore the rest of that conversation. My mind drifts to my past life. I bet they're celebrating my death. Fing bstardies. I hope my dear poltergeist is okay. We all return to the hotel. Charlie went to call someone. I instantly knew she's calling Mum. Vaggie slumps herself on the sofa while groaning. Angel, on the other hand, he went to find food. It's probably a good idea to get some actual food in this place. You know, to feed all the wayward souls you got in here. He says. I shrug at him and sit next to him as he grabs a popsicle. He gives me one. I shrug, accepting it. We see Charlie walks back in and leans by the door in defeat. Guess it went to voicemail. I sigh at that. Suddenly, a knock can be heard from the other side of the door, surprising Charlie. Who would that be? I watch Charlie contemplate whether or not to open the door but decides to open it anyway. Then she slams the door shut. I get up and walk to her. What's wrong, sis? I ask her. You answer it. She yells. I watch her sprint away. I blink and I just shrug. I open the door to see. Father. Father. I yell in shock. My boy. You've grown. Anyway, may I come in? Father asks. I blink repeatedly as I sidestep to let him in. I close the door and see Vaggie shove her spear into father direction. Charlie appears next to me quietly. Why is he back? It's been 7 years. Stop right there, cabron hijo de pura bsrd, son of a beach. I know your game and I'm not gonna let you hurt anyone here, you pompous cheesy talk show shitlord. Vaggie says. I see father move the spear away from his chest. Dear, if I wanted to hurt anyone here, I would have done so already. Father says, why are you even here? It's been 7 years since me and Charlie last saw you. I strained out. Father looks at me and pat my back while smirking more. I roll my eyes at him. I'm here because I want to help. Father says, say what now? Me and Charlie says, help. Hello. Is this thing on? Testing. He says while tapping my and his mic, well, I heard you loud and clear. Our mics say, you want to help? With? Charlie asks in confusion, this ridiculous thing you're trying to do. This hotel. I want to help you run it. Father says. Me and Charlie just deadpanned at him as I see shock and anger on Vaggie's face. and complete confusion on Angel face. But, Charlie asks, why does anyone do anything? Sheer, absolute boredom. I've lacked inspiration for decades. My work became mundane, lacking focus, aimless. I've come to crave a new form of entertainment. Father says I see him shove Vaggie away, and I shake my head quietly. Does getting into a fist fight with a reporter count as entertainment? Charlie chuckles out, It's the purest kind, my dear, reality. True passion. After all, the world is a stage and the stage is a world of entertainment. Father says, so, does this mean you think it's possible to rehabilitate a demon? Charlie asks with hope, of course not. That's wacky nonsense. Redemption, the non-existent humanity. No. I don't think there's anything left that could save such loathsome sinners. The chance given was the life they lived before, the punishment is this. There is no undoing what is done. Father rants me and Charlie frowns at that. So then, why do you want to help me if you don't believe in my cause? Charlie asks, knowing you, it's just for entertainment. I mutter quietly, consider it an investment in ongoing entertainment for myself. I want to watch the sum of the world struggle to climb up the hill of betterment only to repeatedly trip and tumble down to the fiery pit of failure. Father says I frown at that and my arm heats up and I see the name of the person I made a contract I made. Sis, you deal with this. I got a meeting. Father, we have a lot to talk about, I say. Charlie frowns but nods her head. Father raises an eyebrow in confusion. I ignore him and melt into a portal, appearing on Earth in an office. What do you need? Izuku, what do you need, Nizu? I ask, how do you know it's something I need? He asks. I cross my arms and stare him down. I know you too well. Better yet, I am the one who holds your soul. Now, what is it? I state. He sighs and sips his tea before looking at me. Very well. As you know, that in 10 months the new first years will arrive. He starts and I ask, Izuku, there will be a chance your old friends and sister will join the school. He says. I frown deeply at this. I want to know some things. They're already on thin ice since your death. How would you like things to happen? He asks, does Yue know what they done? I snarled out, indeed. He answers. I lean back in my chair to think and rub my chin. Put them in Class B. Give them 0 chances of entering Class A unless I state otherwise. I answered, will be done. He says, does the beach Izumi have OFA? All Might and her agreed that someone else should have it. Toshinori hasn't chosen someone yet, Nizu answered. Is that all? I ask, one more thing. I want you to help teach 1A and 1B in heroics class and also be the assistant to Aizawa. You can use your chosen name. And I'll give you a hero license that I blackmail to get. He says, there's something else. I strained out, All Might and Magnetic will be your assistants. Nizu adds, F-Sake. If I accept, only you will know my old name till I feel like the time is right. I state, correct. Plus you can come and go to hell and back whenever you want. He adds, deal. I say. We shake hands as the added section to our deal made the whole room glow red and green for a moment. We let go and I get given a license. See you in 10 months, I say. With that, I burst into flames, and I appear in the hotel to see Charlie running down the street. What the F have I missed? I ask. Charlie got a meeting with the big Angel boss person, and she is singing and dancing there. Angel says. My eyes widen. I sprint after her and finally reach her at the embassy tower. Charlie! I shouted, Vin. She cheers. I groan as she hugs me tightly. She lets me go and grab my hand, dragging me into the building. So, I start, the leader wants a meeting with Dad, but you know Dad being busy. He asked for you to do it. But I said you were in a meeting yourself, so he let me go. She rants happily, oh, so you also want to spread the idea of the hotel to them as well? I ask, yep. She says. I shake my head fondly at her. She is such a dork at moments like this. We enter through the door and find the F place being deserted. We walks to the front desk to check in. Hello. Creepy. She mutters, let's just get this over and done with, sis. I say. She nods at me, and we walk to the front desk with no one but a single bell. I watch her tap the bell to ring it, and at the instant, a golden scroll and feather ink pen floats from above over to her. I checked it over before signing it and gave Charlie the feather pen. She signs it as well. Not creepy at all, she mutters sarcastically. What were you expecting? I ask, dunno, at least someone to sign us in and such, she says. I shake my head at that. We both see the scroll, and the feather flies up before disappearing. Right then, the twin doors slide open to show us the meeting room. We enter the dark room with no one around. I look around quietly. Is anyone here? Charlie says. Then the lights suddenly switched on, revealing two angels at the end of the room, with one being an exorcist lieutenant, the other being the leader of the angel army. I instantly knew who the leader was due to Dad mentioning this. Sup? Adam says, holy. Charlie yelps in shock. I shake my head and push her to her seat, and I stand behind her. I was expecting one little SHT. Not two. Adam says, it was originally me, but I was busy till now. So you have me and my sister. I state coldly, hi, I'm Charlie. This is Vincent. Our dad asked us if I could meet you. Charlie says, yeah, I know. Adam groans out. I glare at him and silently growl in annoyance. Okay, well. Charlie starts. We just Adam eats his rib like a buzzsaw. Fing disgusting. At least the Bakugo twins have Fing manners when eating. It's nice to meet you. Charlie says, totally. It's nice to meet you too. Adam jokes out. We watch. Adam reaches over to give Charlie a handshake, but I stop Charlie, and she looks at me in confusion. It's a Fing live hologram, sis. He wants to trick you and make you feel embarrassed. I snarl out, buzzkill. Adam mutters, you're smart for a demon kid, the lieutenant says, because I want to get THT done. I state. I see Charlie was trying to get something straight with Adam being a hologram. But I also see stars in her eyes when she looks at me. How am I the younger sibling is beyond me. So wait, you aren't here? Charlie asks. No, you think I'd come down there? No, I mean I love the vibe. Totally, I love your tunes. Pretty Fing hardcore, don't get me wrong. But it's such a bummer. Everything down there's just so, you know. W. Adam says, well, that's a first. He kind of complimented hell. So, I'm happy we've got this opportunity to meet. There's a project that I've been working on that I really want to talk to you about. Charlie starts saying. I watch. Adam puts his finger on Charlie's lips to quiet her down for a moment. My dear antlers grow in size, and I pull Charlie away from the hologram. Adam and I snarl in anger. He smirks at me and backs up. I see his mind turning but shrugs it off. Hey, slow down. We got time. How about we get to know each other a little? How about lunch? You hungry? I got you. Adam rants out. Adam takes a plate of ribs he's been eating toward Charlie. Here's my personal favorite. You'll love it. Adam says. I stopped Charlie again and gave Adam a warning growl. Charlie quickly understood and glared at Adam, but it was less intimating than mine. Adam sighs and he starts talking. Not about the reason for the meeting but about himself. After a whole hour and a half, I'm gripping Charlie's chair in anger, and I growl at him. So, I was playing this gig, and for some effing reason, this virtue chick was digging on the drummer, and it's like, do you know who I am? I'm effing Adam. I'm the original Pages. All PPS descend from me. You think you want drummer Pages? No way. I'm the PPF. So, anyway, then we fed, and it was awesome. What did you do this weekend? Adam rants. I can tell the lieutenant looks fed up with his bullshit as well. Wait, your name is Adam. Like the first man, Adam, that means you. That explains so much. Charlie says in realization, no. I Fing rock. Adam smirks out, well, Adam, sir. Mr. Adam, sir. Charlie says awkwardly, call me Dickmaster. Adam smirks out, F no. I snapped. They all look at me in shock. You are wasting our time with all this bullshit. We are here because of one thing. The population of hell. Charlie here wants to give you her plan to fix it. But here we are wasting it and have barely 30 minutes left of the Fing meeting. I shouted, that's the time. Adam says in shock. I growl in anger as my antlers grow triple my body size. Charlie eyes widen and grabs my hands to calm me down. but she lets go to grab her papers. I instantly knew she about to sing. Okay, I've got a lot to get through, and not a lot of time, and I feel like you weren't hearing me before, so here it goes. Ahem, I know hell's population is out of control, it's a bad situation. It's taking a toll if we rehab these sinners and cleanse all their souls at my has-been hotel. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Right, extermination, I know you guys fly down just to kill once a year, and it must be annoying to schlep all the way here. If they join you in heaven, that trip disappears. You can wave that chore farewell, it'll be a happy day. And Charlie sings, let me stop you right there, Adam interrupts. Oh, Charlie says quietly, save us all precious time, Adam sings. Oh, Charlie mutters, if what you're suggesting is letting them climb up the ladder, oh, they'd rather cross the pearly gates. Adam sings, well, Charlie stutters. I glare at Adam in annoyance, sorry sweetie, but there's no death in their fates, 'cause hell is forever, whether you like it or not. Had their chance to behave better, now they boil in a pot, 'cause the rules are black and white. There's no use in trying to fight it, they're burnin' for their lives until we kill 'em again, Adam sings. Okay, but, Charlie tries to speak, just try to chillax babe, you're wasting your breath. Did I hear you imply that they don't deserve death? Are they winners? Are they sinners? 'Cause it's cut and dry, Adam. Well, actually if you take a look, Charlie says, but get interrupted, fair is fair, an eye for an eye, Adam sings. And when all's said and done, there's the question of fun, and for those of us with divine ordainment, extermination is entertainment. Bana no, guitar solo, FK yeah. Oh, da-na-na-na. Oh no, Adam and the other angels sing, oh my god. Charlie says, Charlie, that's our Fing grandfather you just mentioned. Hell is forever, whether you like it or not. Had their chance to behave better, Adam and angels sing. Then more angels appear and surround us. I growl and grow in size at them. Where did all of you people come from? Charlie asks, now they boil in a pot, 'cause the rules are black and white. There's no use in trying to fight it, they're burnin' for their lives until we kill 'em again. Adam and angels sing, of kin, hell is forever and it's meant to s a lot, so give up your dumb endeavor, 'cause you don't have a shot. Long as I got your attention, I guess I should probably mention that we made the determination to move up the next extermination. Adam sings, what? Me and Charlie say, can't wait whole year to slaughter those little C's. I know it's just been a week, but we'll be back in 6 months. Adam announced. He pushes us out the room as I realize what he meant, and I roared in anger. My roar shook the whole building and hell itself, aka making a massive earthquake. I won't be surprised if heaven felt it. Wait, didn't you? Charlie says. I punched the door in anger. Harder than Charlie punched the door. We both stood there in silence. I calmed down as much as I can, shifting back to my normal height and faced Charlie. The sight of her broke my heart. I kneel to her and pull her into a hug. She clings to me and starts crying silently. I'll inform Dad what the F happened. You go back to the hotel, I say. Oh okay. She whimpers. I sigh and kiss her head. Love you, sis. I say, love you too. And she says. I help her up and I wave her bye. I teleport away to Dad office door. I knock and wait. God, come in. Dad shout. I open the door and just deadpanned at the sight of the room. RBB ducks everywhere. I sigh and walk in to see Dad at his desk. I say, Vincent, how's my boy doing? He asks. He pulls me to sit next to him on his slightly covered sofa. I had to push some RBB ducks from the chair. I went to the meeting with Charlie. I say, oh, how did that go? He asks, Fing, Adam is such a Fing prick. I say, yeah, he's a pages. Dad sighs out, better yet. The next extermination is in 6 Fing months. I shouted. This shocked him, and he growls in anger. I blink and look at him quietly. I have never seen him this set off before. I say quietly. He notices and calms down. He holds my hand tightly and rubs it. Sorry, but I'll figure something out, son. Is Charlie okay? He asks, angry and depressed by the meeting. She returned to the hotel. I say. We sat there in silence. I see Dad reach up and move my fringe from my eyes, and I raise an eyebrow at him. The father is helping Charlie at the hotel, I say. Alastair is back. But why? He asks. No clue. I sigh out. Dad sighs as well. Keep an eye on him, please. He says, I'll try. You know I have a few deal with some mortal, right? I start saying yep. I'm still proud of that, he says. I smile at that. One of them asked me to help teach some of their student in 10 months' time. I agreed to it, but I'm still able to come back home whenever I want. I say. I see Dad looking at me and standing up to turn and hold my face in his hands. I blink repeatedly. This school. Was that school you mentioned about from your past life? He asks. Yes. I squeak out like a RBB duck. Why? Yes. My past is going to be there. I want to torture them with the realization that I'm no longer a useless, annoying, stupid BSD Deku. I say. I feel Dad hug me tightly as I realize I'm shaking. I close my eyes and cling to him tightly. You're not that. You are the most talented, smartest, and brightest child in all of hell. You are my shining apple. Go show them what the Prince of Hell is made of. Stay safe for me. He says. I tear up and pull away to look up at him. I see him smiling at me and wipe my eyes with his thumb. Okay, Dad. I say. He smiles more and kisses my forehead. Best you go back to comfort your sister. He says. I nod and hug him one more time before teleporting back to the hotel to see Father destroying a Warcraft ship. I'm too tired for this 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐸𝐴, so let me get this straight. You vanished 7 years ago, at exactly the same day and time as Mum vanished. However, you can't say why due to some stupid secrecy. I summarize, precisely. Father says. I groan and rub my face in frustration. What am I going to do with him? Lighten up, son. Firstly, you're never dressed without a smile. Secondly, I'm back now, so we have all the time of hell to catch up. He says. I shake my head at that. My phone starts ringing. I pull it out, and I see Father disgust at the sight of it. I roll my eyes and look at the contact. I frown as it's an unknown number. So I answered it. If you're a con artist or better yet some stupid Fing religious freak, you better hope I don't find you and then torture your Fing arse for the rest of eternity. I stated coldly, the last part turning into static. That's one way to deal with those F-airs. A familiar voice says. Wait. I know who this is now. Blitz. I ask. Yep. You friendly psychopath assassin. He says. I just deadpan at that. Must be a new phone then. What do you need? I ask. Well, you know my business and such. We have this customer who wants revenge on a family. Want to help out. Plus, my crew wants to meet you. He explained. Wait. This customer wants you to kill a whole family. I ask. Yep. So want to help or not? He asks. I think and see Father went to annoy Husk. Sure. I got nothing better to do. Plus I need to stock up on my food supply. I say. Sweet. See you in 5 inch. He says. He hangs up, and I shove my phone back into my pocket. I melt into the shadows and appear next to Blitz silently. So he'll be here in dash, Blitz explained. Blitz. I say. He screamed like a girl and jumped in a hellhound lap, but she pushed him off. Fing Satan. Blitz shouts. Sir, when you said your friend is going to help us with this mission, you didn't say it's the Prince of Hell. Lucifer's son. A small imp boy shouts. He waves his hands at me. I ignore him and lean on my mic watching the hellhound. She noticed and looks at me quietly. Nice to meet you, my dear. I say. Tough. She snarls. I smirk and teleport closer to her and bend down to her current eye line. A feisty, appealing hellhound. I say. Her eyes widen, and I see her tail wagging at that. I smirk like my father. I snap my fingers and a vial appears. With the label 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲 cure. Her eyes widen and I give it her. For you, my dear hellhound, I say. I stand back up and lean on my mic. Blitz, introduce your crew to me, and let's be off. I say. Right. This is Moxie and his badass wife, Millie. Blitz says. I bow to them and smile at them. And this is my daughter, Luna. Blitz says happily. I watch as Luna flips Blitz off while taking the 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐸𝐴 cure. Nice to meet you all. Blitz need help transporting to Earth. I ask. Nope. Now, someone, please tell me that fancy book is still intact. Blitz asks. You mean our only ticket to the other side? Yeah. Got it. Luna says. She pulls out a grimoire. Wait, is that Stola's grimoire? How in the hell did they get that? And that's why you're my favorite, Looney. Blitz says in a baby voice, "Wait, how in the 7 rings of hell, you got Stola's grimoire?" I ask. I better not say how I got it. Blitz says I narrow my eyes at him as he looks away with a small blush. Oh DMN. Okay. I say slowly. Millie draws a pentagram with chalk on the wall. It glows red and creates a portal to the human world. We all walk to the portal and I noticed Luna isn't following. I walk back to her. Not coming. I ask, not allowed. She shrugs out. I frown at that and think. Wanna come? You can stick with me. I say, wait, really? She asks, yep. We can keep this a secret. I smirk. She smirks and nods. She stands up and hides behind me. Now, let's go lick some butt. Blitz sags. The expression is, kick some butt. Blitzo. Millie states. Millie snaps her fingers at Blitzo as she walks through the portal. Me and Luna deadpanned at that. Mine's better. Blitz shrugs out. He walks through. Fuck. Moxie sighs out. He walks in, and I walk in with Luna hugging my arm. We all are standing in front of a small red house by the lake as the sun sets. Me, Luna and Millie hide within the forest, while Blitz and Moxie lean against the side of the house, rising from bushes. Blitz stands up and peers into the window. Stay here. I'll help them, I say. Luna nods and I melt into the shadows and appearing net to Moxie. That's gotta be her. This is too easy. Moxie, do you want this one? Blitz says me. Moxie asks in surprise, yeah, this one's simple enough for you to handle. Blitz says. I look through the window to see what appears to be a family having dinner. I sniff and my eyes widen. Moxie stands up and peers through the window. His face falls as he looks at the family having dinner. It's just a happy mother who just got out of the hospital. Blitz says we see Martha and Ralphie affectionately rub each other's noses. Martha holds a dinner platter in her hand. Moxie hesitates at the window. You snooze, you lose, Mox. And I've got you beach. Blitz says, wait, are we actually killing a family? Mox asks, no, don't be a puss. We're just killing a mother. Blitz says. He positions the rifle quietly. Guys. I start, we're ruining a family. Blitz says, but, oh hold on. Let's just think about it. Mox says. I see. Moxie lifts up Blitzo's gun as he fires. The bullet hits a glass mirror inside the house. All 4 family members gasp in fear. You idiots. They're cannibals. That's why your client wants them dead. I snarl out. Their eyes widen as we see the family in high alert. What was that, Ralphie? Martha asks. I dunno, Martha. But whatever it is. Ralphie says. Grins evilly as he stands up holding a rifle in his hands. They're gonna be tomorrow night's dinner. Ralphie smirks out. Martha sets the platter on the table and pulls out another rifle. She drinks a glass of wine and smashes it onto the floor. All right, kids. Guns out. She says. The boy pulls out a small gun from his beaver skin hat. The girl pulls out another rifle. All of them have evil grins of sharp teeth. I grab both Blitz and Mox by the scruff of their necks and rush back to Millie and Luna. I open a portal and throw them back in. Vincent. Blitz shouts, number 1 rule, don't mess with cannibals. I'll deal with this. I shouted. The portal closes and I hear gunfire. I melt into the shadows and appear behind a tree. I see them running around. I grab the 2 kids by their necks, forcing them to drop their weapons. Mummy! They shouted. I hear running and see Martha and Ralphie pointing their guns at me. Now, let's settle this between us cannibals. I say, you a cannibal? Martha snarls out. I frown and tighten my hold, breaking the kids' necks and shocking them. I drop their bodies and snap my fingers for tendrils to cut the parents into pieces. I sigh and cut the kids' bodies up. I shoved 4 heads in a bag. I grab a leg and eat it while the rest I teleported to Auntie Rosie. I teleported back to hell, casually eating a leg. I throw the bag of head on the table. Holy, Millie says in shock. I shrug my shoulders and kept eating the leg. Who leg is that? Better yet, where the F is the rest of them? Blitz asks, sent the rest to Cannibal Town. As for the leg, I dunno who it is. I say. They just deadpan at me. I shrug and kept eating. Anyway, you should give that book back to Stola's, I say. I sigh quietly and point the leg at Blitz. He called about it, didn't he? I say, yep. Blitz says. I shake my head quietly. Soon the client walks in and see the heads. Holy, you actually did it, she says. More like the prince did it for us. Luna smirks out. The client looks up at me as I just stood there mid-bite of the leg. I sheepishly vanish the leg to my room of the hotel and lick the BLD from my lip. Nice to meet you, my dear. I say. I take her hand and kiss the back of it. Nice to meet you as well. She stutters. She coughs and looks at all of us. Thank you for the help, she says. With that, she leaves. I hum quietly and face the others. If you need me, I'm a call away. I say, thanks, V. Blitz says. I nod, and I teleport back to my room to finish off the leg. I wonder what my dear poltergeist is doing. I hope to see her again. Izuku V. I appear in the lobby of the hotel to see Charlie pacing back and forth, mumbling about the extermination day, while Vaggie is trying to calm her down. Oh, please, you had less than half a chance when you started all this salvation bullshit. And now, ain't no silver lining this time, toots. Angel says. I teleport next to him and see a message from Fing Valentino. I frown deeply at that. Such a BSTRD. Sure there is. We just have to look a little harder for it. Charlie says, well, while you're looking, the rest of hell's going nuts. People are already freaking out about the news. Look at what's happening in the Doomsday District. Angel states, it's true, most of hell has gone. More insane than normal. I say. We see Angel scrolls down an article with the bottom showing a demon screaming in front of a fire. Suddenly a pink message appears. Charlie gets closer to read it. What is a donkey show? Charlie asks. Angel panics and retreats the phone back. I quickly pull her away from Angel. Nothing. My boss, Val, is just freaked out about the news too. Like I said, everyone's losing their. Angel says, Val is AFBE. I knew what he is going on about. Angel. I say. Angel frown at that and sighs at me. Yeah, that's true. Sinners are desperate. Maybe desperate enough to try anything to escape the extermination. Vaggie states, this is the perfect time to recruit more sinners for the hotel. Charlie exclaims happily, cute idea and all, but you really gonna go out in all of this? Angel says. Angel does have a point. I frown more. Well, it's not like people are just gonna show up on our doorstep. Charlie starts. Suddenly, a massive explosion made Charlie scream in fright. I rush to her and pull her away from the wall. We all poke our heads out of the freshly made hole to see Serpentius Warcraft ship. Are you fing kidding me? I shouted, show yourself, Alaster. Pentius shouts me and Charlie deadpan at this. Father, you got something. I shouted, hear you loud and clear, my boy. Father says. We blink, and we get out of the hotel to see him chilling on the balcony. Oh, there you are, face my wrath. Pentius states, who are you? Father asks. I smirk and chuckle at that, but Charlie jumps to slap my head. I yelp and huff at her as she shakes her head. Oh, come on, that was funny. Who am I? Who am I? I am the great Sister Pentius. Pentius shouts. I see Father appear next to me and Charlie. Inventor, architect of destruction, villain extraordinaire. Pentius says, ooh, you tell him, boss. So, Talking Eggs say. Nifty appears on Alaster's right shoulder, clearly starstruck. Ooh, he's a bad boy, Nifty says. Nifty? Not the time. I side out. I pick her off Father's shoulder and place her down on the ground. Well, if all that's true, you'd think I'd have heard of you. Father says, I attacked you literally last week. Pentius groaned out. Father doesn't remember those who are stupid enough to fight an overlord like himself. I say, Father. Pentius gasps in shock. I'm not just Lucifer and Lilith child, dumbass. It explains why I look like him. I deadpanned out. Silence. Now cower. For when I've slain you, the almighty V's will finally acknowledge me as their equal. Pentius shouts. Everyone eyes widen. I twitch and growl in anger. Father holds my shoulder tightly. I'm gonna kill him, I shouted. Son. I'll deal with this. Father says. I look at him to see him glaring at Pentius. I back down and step back as Charlie hugs me tightly. We watch as Father using his powers to attack Serpentius Warcraft ship, laughing maniacally as we hear Pentius screaming. This goes on for 19 minutes now. Arg. Please. Stop. Pentius cries out. Alastair. I think he's had enough. Charlie says quietly. He's got a few more hits in him. Angel smirks out. I agree with Angel. The beast deserves this. I say in excitement. Serpentius falls from his ship, landing in front of Father, face first on the ground. I burst out laughing at that. Father laughs with me and twirls his mic. Thanks for another forgettable experience. Father says. Father turns to us and pats my shoulder as I calm down from my laughter. Thank you for letting your guard down. Serpentius says we see him use his tail to grab a bit of Alastair's suit, accidentally ripping it. You're fed. Me and Angel smirked out. We watch a Father's shadow transform in front of him. Suddenly, a massive green explosion happens, and we simply see Serpentius blasting off again. Well, it looks as though I need a visit to the tailor. Best of luck, chums. Father says, wait, you're leaving. Alastair, we need your help. We need you to do your job. Vaggie complains, we need a wall. Angel says while pointing at the wall, of course. Can't let my new project fall into disrepair already. What would the papers say? Father states with a snap of his fingers. Black ink demons appear with construction tools as Father walks away. I'll follow him, sis. I say. Ooh. Okay, she says with that. I run after him. Father. I say. He turns to looks at me. I stop next to him. Can I come? I need a new vest shirt. Plus, can we do our radio podcast? I ask, sure my boy. He says. My eyes glitter open, and I clung to his shoulder as we vanish away. I left the shop and waited outside as it's taking Father longer than normal. I see everyone surrounding the TV shop. I also noticed it is appearing on my phone. Top of the hour, and we're discussing a certain has-been who has been spotted cavorting around town. Welcome to the show after a 7-year absence. Did anybody miss him? Welcome to the show. Did anybody notice? More on tonight's program. So, the radio demon is back in town. Why is he hanging around? What does that mean for your family? Well, handily, I've got good news. He's a loser, a fossil, and I don't mean to sound hostile, but the demon is a coward. You can take that as gospel. Pulling my viewers. Impossible. I'm visual. He's barely audible. Stop giving him the time of day. Don't listen to a word he'd say. I hope he had a nice Vocky, but he should have stayed away. Vox sings. What the F is Vox trying to do now? Father appears and noticed it as well. We both look at each other before we smirk darkly and head to Father's studio. I kept the live video feed up on my phone. While he hid in radio, we've pivoted to video now. His medium is getting bloody rare. Hell's been better since he split. Where's he been? Who gives a SHT? Vox sings, salutations. Good to be back on the air. Yes, I know it's been a while since someone with style treated hell to a broadcast. Sinners, rejoice. Me and Father says. I look to see the shock face of Vox. Most likely because I'm with Father. What a dated voice. Vox says, instead of a clout-chasing mediocre video podcast, Father counters, come on. Vox complains, is Vox insecure, pursuing a lure? Flitting between this fad and that, is nothing working? I sing, ignore his chirping. Vox panics out. Yeah, not expecting me to say that. You TV beach. Every day, he's got a new format. Father says, you're looking at the future. He's the SHT that comes before that. Vox shouts at Father, is Vox as strong as he purports? Or is it based on his support? He'd be powerless without the other V's. Me and Father sings, oh please. Vox groans out, and here's the sugar on the cream. He asked me to join his team. Father says, wait, seriously? I say in shock, hold on. Vox panics out, I said no, and now he's pissy. That's the T. Father smirks out, the drama is real, folks. Why would the TV beach ask Father to join? I asked the audience. Me and Father and chilling with a mug of coffee in one hand and the other has our mics. You old-timey prick, I'll show you. Suffering. Vox glitches out. Oh, the TV is buffering. Me and Father smirks out, I'll destroy you. Lit. Vox glitches. He then caused a whole wide power outage. I chuckle darkly and lay my mic down. I see Father doing the same. I'm afraid you've lost your signal. Let's begin. I'm gonna make you wish that I'd stayed gone. Tune on in when I'm done. Your status quo will know its race is run. Oh, this will be fun. Me and Father sing. We both laugh darkly and turn off the live podcast. We calm down and I feel father ruffle my head. I look at him quietly. I'm proud of you, my boy. He says. I smile at him. Thanks, father. I say quietly. My tail wags a bit in excitement and father chuckles quietly. Go enjoy your day. I need to sort something out, he says. I just nod my head. I might as well walk around on Earth. So I burst into flames and appear in an alleyway. I walk out and noticed it's my old neighborhood. I frown a bit but just simply walked around. After I vanished my mic, I grab a coffee and just simply drinking it while walking around. I look at everything quietly and walk into the park to be later get bumped into by a group of kids, spilling boiling hot coffee on me. I yell in frustration. Gah, I'm so sorry. A girl shouts. I snap my head at the group of kids in anger, to later freeze at the sight of who it is. My ex-friends and sister. They all had to snap their necks up to look at me. Wow, that suit looks expensive. Uraraka panics out. It does. How much is it, sir? So we can help get another one. Ida says. Another one. Another one. This is a custom-made suit, brat. It's 42 million yen. I roared in anger. This shocked them all. I growl and snap my finger. Their eyes widen as my suit changes. I look to see who bumped into me, and to no surprise, it was Izumi. I expected nothing less from a group that beats up the quirkless. Especially my best friend Izuku. I snarl out, "Wa." Izumi stutters. I see tears in her eyes and I snarl more. Nothing to say. Typical. I growl out, I. She stutters. I grab her chin tightly, digging my claws into her skin. She whimpers in pain. As I see everyone panic. Go cry to your Onaikan. Oh wait, he's dead because of you. I roared. I push her to the ground and see blood on dripping down my fingers. I like my fingers showing my snake-like tongue. I snap my fingers and I burst into flames. Appearing in the reception of the hotel, to see Surfing Pensius. Why the F is he here? I ask. Charlie is giving him another chance, Vaggie strained out. And let me guess, Angel fed off. To ignore all of this, I sigh out. Vaggie nods her head, and I groan loudly and rub my face. This is a long but day. Izuku POV. Suddenly, I get woken up to shouting, which causes me to fall out of my bed. I groan and get up to teleport to where the shouting is at. I yawn and see Charlie and Vaggie appearing as well. We all see Angel looking set off and Sir Pensius cowering. What's going on? Me and Charlie yawn out. This little beach is a traitor. Angel snarls out. Wait. What? Preposterous. I would never betray you. Are my best friends. Pensius says. I look around and spot the camera. I rush in and grab Pensius' collar. I growl loudly. You're recording us. You Fing stupid traitor. You betrayed my sister kind heart and trust. I roared. I throw him into a wall and stand next to an equally angry Angel. Charlie and Vaggie looks shocked. But Vaggie expressed turns to anger. Pensius realizes that his cover is blown and scurries away. He brings out his wristwatch to make contact with Vox. Of course, you're working for the weak piece of... I shouted. Abort. Abort. S. Oh, us. Agent Pensius in need of immediate evacuation. Pensius panics out. Pensius. Wait, you were caught. It hasn't even been a day. Vox laughs. Please? You've got to get me out of here. Pensius pleads. I can't believe we thought you could handle even something this simple. Do us a favor. If they don't kill you, go ahead and do it yourself. You miserable failure. Vox shouts. Wow. For once I agree with the TV beach. I just make it quick, I guess, not that I deserve it. Pensius cries. Pensius lies on the ground, with Vaggie holding a spear ready to pierce the skull. Gladly. Vaggie says. Right before Vaggie can put him out of misery, Charlie stops her. Wait. Pensius. Charlie says. We watch her help Pensius up. It starts with sorry, that's your foot in the door. One simple sorry, spoken straight from your core. The path to forgiveness is a twisting trail of hearts. But sorry is where it starts. Charlie sings. Wait. Is she? Oh, the love of Satan. Who could forgive a dirtbag like me? I don't deserve your amnesty. 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲 gets out duels Tommy submachine guns in both hands with Vaggie tailing behind, holding her spear. I summon my mic as flames flow out my mouth as my antlers grow. Can't we just kill him? Shoot him and spill his 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐴ngel and Vaggie sings, that's an option you could choose. Charlie sings sheepishly works for us. Us three say, but who hasn't been in his shoes? It starts with sorry. Charlie sings sorry. 𝐒𝐮 says, dig down deeper and say one sincere sorry. Charlie sings wait. I lower my mic and my flames slow vanish. My antlers shrink. What she's saying is that, starting with sorry, you still can prove your second chance. Tears form in my eyes at that. I'm so sorry. 𝐒𝐮 sings, and your journey's underway. Charlie sings, it'll take time to cover my vast multitude of sins, but sorry is where it begins. It starts with sorry. Charlie and 𝐒𝐮 sings suddenly. Nifty is seen standing in the hallway in her bedwear, looking disappointed at 𝐒𝐮. I hated that song. Why are you so lame? Nifty says we watch her kick his tail, eyes, and walk away. Not a bad boy. Nifty huffs out, good first day. Let's get some rest. Charlie says everyone leaves, but I just stood there quietly. Charlie noticed and faces me. Her eyes widen and rush to me. She pulls me down to the reception and sits me down on the sofa. I see her wipe my face with her thumb. I haven't seen you cry since. Well, never. What's wrong, Vin? She asks softly. I shake my head and curl up as best as my massive figure can. My ears flop flat against my head and just break down crying. She pulls me into a tight hug. What's wrong? I hear father ask in worry. I don't know, he just started to have a breakdown after the song. Charlie says I hear movement and feel someone hold my shoulders. Bambi, breathe okay. Father says I look at him to see him doing a breathing motion, which I gradually follow and just simply hiccup every now and then. Now, what's with the breakdown? Charlie asks softly. I look at her silently as father shifts to sit on the other side of me. I figured out the meaning behind that song you done with that foo dash. With 𝐒𝐮. I hick out really. She asks why yeah. I hick out. I hug my knees tighter and just sigh quietly. Only dad knows this. Father was at an overlord meeting. You and mum went out shopping with dad money. I wanted to keep it a secret. Well, to forget. I hick out. They both look confused and face me. What secret? They both ask. I was like, Father. Alive on Earth, that is. Say it. But how? Charlie says in confusion. Let me explain, sis. I was born in Japan, and my stepdad is the #1 hero. My mum is the #7 hero. I had a baby stepsister. We all are the definition of happy family. Till I and my sister turned. You see, the society is superpower supremacy. Everyone gets quirks at age of 4 or earlier. Izumi, my sister, got a quirk, while I didn't. I say I stopped to see the information sink into the two. What else? Father asks. My stupid parents neglected and forgotten me. My sister and best friends abused me, beat me up every single day, till I couldn't take it anymore and just jumped at age 9. I explained. Charlie eyes widen and pulls my taller frame onto her lap to hug me. When I woke up I saw you lot. I got given a new life, new friends, new family. I say, that explains why you were the size of a 9-year-old when you were born, Charlie says. But why did you have a breakdown, Bambi? Father asks. I originally wanted to make my past life hell, but the song made me realize that certain people in my past will be like 𝐒𝐮. Given a second chance. Then I remember the look that Izumi has given me and it just. I explained, broke you on the spot. Charlie says, yeah. Now I don't know what to do. I hick out. I tear up again, but they both wipe my eyes. I'm not good with this stuff. But I would say observe them and figure them out from there. Father says, I agree. Plus, I don't like my baby brother like this. Charlie says I look at them both quietly. I just lean on them both and just nod my head quietly. Feeling extremely tired. I'll take him to bed, Charlie dear. Father says, right? Night, Vin. Charlie says, night. Clean. I mumbled tiredly. Father holds my shoulder and teleports us to my room and lays me down on my bed. The last thing I hear is, time to plan a few murders. Nobody hurt my boy and gets away with it. Father says. I smile a bit and fall asleep. A week later I get woken up with all the hammering. I groan loudly and shoved one of the sofa pillows on my face. Finally awake, Vin. Charlie says happily, "Oh, F off, sis. My head hurts." I groan out. So if you're wondering what happened, well, Angel dared me and Husk to have a drinking competition, which led to both of us passing out in the lounge area. This did help my mind from my constant thinking of what happened a week ago. Anyway, I move the pillow a bit and open my eye to see Charlie, Vaggie, Razzle, and Dazzle putting up a banner that reads, "Happy first week, Serpentious." I still can't believe it's been a week. I groan out. I sit up while clutching my head. Vin, do you regret your actions? Charlie asks. Nope. I smirk out. She deadpans at me and turns her focus back to the banner. That looks perfect. I am so excited that Serpentious is staying at the hotel. Charlie says happily, Pentious was just trying to take over the city with his weird steampunk bullshit a few days ago. Vaggie says, true, I agreed. Well, I haven't seen him try to pull any of that here. Charlie says we see Pentious comes in, rolling in a new machine that his Egbo eyes are sitting on. WTF is he doing now? What the hell is that? Vaggie asks, oh, hello, purple female. It's my new invention, the Skin Flayer 11,000. I'm really looking forward to shooting the other residents. Pentious says, aren't you supposed to stop that and at least try to get redeemed? I ask, well. Pentious starts, what? Charlie asks Pentious, everyone is being too nice. Obviously it must be a lie. I can sense that they are planning to kill me, but when? I must be prepared. Ooh, the new parts of my machine are here. Pentious explained. I frown as my headache gets worse at that as I see my closest friends Odette and Clara come in, wheeling in boxes of weapons. Pentious runs over to them. They see me and waved at me. I just waved back while rubbing my head. I see Odette give Pentious a clipboard, and he signs it. While Clara wheels in the boxes, thank you for your business. Enjoy your Carmine purchase. Also, Vin, come by our place, we have a lot of catching up to do. Let's say, noted. I say what she means by that is getting drunk off our arses and do stupid 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐸𝐵 behind their mother backs since she won't like it. AKA, causing chaos. They both walk out of the lobby as Serpentious takes the crate full of parts and weapons for his machine. As he slithers back, Vaggie realizes whom he's buying from. Carmine. As in, Carmilla Carmine. You're buying parts from an overlord. Vaggie asks in shock, well, no, of course. She's the top weapons dealer in hell. Pentious says, okay, well, that stops right now. Vaggie states we watch Vaggie take Pentious's boxes away. I shrug and go to lay back down. Hey! Pentious yells, you absolutely cannot build weapons in this hotel. No one is trying to kill you. People are being nice because they want you to feel welcome. Vaggie states. Serpentious looks at Vaggie with a wry expression. He peeks over his machine to scowl at the others that are Zerentlu in the room. Husk downing a bottle in the bar, who flips off Serpentious. Angel Dust, standing near the bar on his phone, does the same. Nifty, who is dusting a corner of the wall, looks at him and does a sinister-sounding giggle. He looks at me and I shrug silently, mouthing, she is too stubborn to listen to what you have to say. I have my doubts, Pentious mutters. Well, it's true. You have to trust us. Vaggie sighs out, but I don't. Pentious deadpans out, well. Angel, me, and Vaggie tried to kill him. Also, Vaggie punched him in the face, and Father sent him flying like Team Rocket from Pokemon. Well, why don't we focus on that for today's activities? Charlie asks, not before we lay some ground rules. No more building weapons, no more plotting against other guests, and you need to get rid of these things. Vaggie explains. She points at Egbo eyes, who were on the crate of weapons. Two Egbo eyes, having a tug-of-war over a laser, accidentally set it off and blow a hole in the roof, much to Vaggie's frustration. Wait, where did they get that gun from? Oh, what did I just say? What did I just say? Vaggie states coddly, what? Not my little Egbo eyes. They do my evil bidding for me. Pentious cries out, wait. He made those annoying things. Do you want to stay here and redeem yourself? Vaggie asks yes. Pentious strained out, then no more eggs. Vaggie says we watch him slither to his eggs with terror in his eyes. Okay, I feel bad for him now. Alright eggies. You've got to go. I can't keep you anymore. Pentious cries out, okay boss. The eggs say they all follow Vaggie as she wheels Pentious boxes away. Okay, now that was an upsetting scene. I say Pentious looks away from his eggs with big baby tears. Like how 𝐮𝐸𝐽𝐸 cries. I freeze in my spot at that thought. No, don't resist. This is how it has to be. Pentious says to himself however, he just begins crying as he watches his egg bow eyes walking away. Charlie, looking awkward, pats his shoulder. I shrug and just simply fall back to sleep on the sofa. Charlie POV, hi guys. Thanks for coming. It's been brought to our attention that there may be a little tension in the hotel. Cha says, but first, are you going wake up your brother? Pentious asks quietly. We all look at 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐽𝐸 passed out on the sofa. Clearly, he won't wake up anytime soon, thanks to the alcohol he had last night. Leave him. I say. They grumble and face me and Vaggie again. Tension that can be counterproductive to what we're trying to do here. Vaggie says, we think that this group could really benefit from trust exercises. I say, trust exercises. Vaggie repeats however. She falls on her arse and I just sigh softly and simply help her up. Vaggie, we rehearsed this. We're doing trust exercises. I say, so, what's with the whole I'm not about to put on some show for these Fing chumps. Husk grunts out while pointing at the stage. Oh, I will, but it's cash up front, and I know that one can't afford me. Angel says while pointing at Pentious, gross. I'd never think of it, Spider. Pentious hisses out, right, well, let's get started. Charlie. Vaggie sighs out. I frown a bit, but I look at Vaggie with a smile. Actually, I thought maybe you could take the lead on this one. I trust everyone, so maybe you know better on how to build it properly. I say what? I don't know if I'm qualified. Vaggie panics. Oh, come on. It'll be easy. I'm sure you can handle this. I say, trying to cheer her confidence up. Vaggie sighs and smiles at me softly, then faces the others. Yeah, sure, I can handle this. No problem. Vaggie agrees. I smile happily at that. Vaggie takes a deep breath and walks down one side of the stage. All right, so we are starting with trust falls. Each of you are going to share something vulnerable with the group about yourself and then fall backwards, while the rest of the group catches you. Got it? Who wants to go first? Vaggie says in a sergeant voice. I blink in confusion, but I shrug it off and raise my hand. Ooh, me. I plead out, all right, get on up here. Vaggie chuckles out. My eyes glitter open and I run past Vaggie and onto the stage. I love you guys. Like really, really love you. I say dramatically. I fall backwards and Vaggie runs forward and catches me. Gotcha. Vaggie hummed out that. Angel, why don't you go next? I ask Angel. Fine. Angel sighs out. We watch him walk to the stage. This time everyone needs to catch him. Unless you want me to hurt you. Vaggie says. Vaggie takes out a spear as a means of DSPN for the others to come closer to the stage. Vaggie, seriously. Something about myself. How about this? I love to fish. Angel says, I swear to F if you say PPS. Husk yells, popsicles, 𝐒𝐮𝐸𝐽𝐸. Get your mind out of the gutter. Angel smirks out. Angel falls backwards. Husk catches him. My eyes glitter open at this and I smile widely. But, you know, PPS too. Angel adds. Then Husk drops him. And I just sigh at that. It was going so well till now. All right, new guy, you're up. Angel says to Pentious. The next thing I know is Pentious somehow appears on the stage with a spotlight. Wait, when did we have a spotlight? Oh yeah, Vin asked for that. I still need to ask him why. Don't want to live without my minions. Nobody catch me. Pentious says. He falls backwards, causing Vaggie and me to catch him together. DM it. Pentious hisses, that's great. Wow, you are slimy. Okay, good job. Nifty. Vaggie says. She drops Pentious, and we all see Nifty runs past us onto the stage, giggling manically like she normally does. Sometimes, I kill mother bugs in front of their children as a warning to others. Nifty says. Upon hearing this and seeing Nifty, The others were disturbed by her sadistic nature. Wait, how is my brother still fast asleep through all this? You shrug my shoulders as we watch Nifty flings herself off of the stage. But the others actively move out of the way to let her fall on the ground in the face. Despite that, Nifty seems to enjoy that. Pain. She cheers. We watch her runs back onto the stage to jump off again and again. I grab Vaggie, walk off to talk privately. I don't know if this is really working the way we'd hoped. Maybe we should dash, I say quietly. Honey, you have to trust me here. I got this. I'll figure something out. Vaggie says. I see Angel appear and look at us both. If you're in the market for some ideas, I've got just the thing for some trust building. Angel suggests, what do you have in mind? Vaggie sighs out. Several hours later. 𝐒𝐮𝐸𝐵. I woke up alone in the hotel like an hour ago. So I'm just sitting at that bar drinking and eating an apple. I hum quietly till I hear the door open. I look to see everyone minus Vaggie walking in, and they all look like 𝐒𝐮𝐸𝐿. What happened? I ask. You don't want to know. Husk says, oh. So it's worse than I thought. I sigh as Charlie flops next to me and leans her head on my upper arm. Sis, let's go spend the rest of the day together. Like old times. I say, yes please. She mumbled. With that, I throw her onto my shoulder and walk up to her room since it has a better TV. Anyway, we basically just watch all of our favorite films till we both pass out snuggled up next to each other. Izuku POV. Me and Angel are chilling in the lounge. As Husk is drinking, Nifty is cleaning, Father is, well, who knows where. Vaggie and Charlie went to find more sinners to join the hotel, and Pensius is hugging his still alive eggs. Suddenly, the door gets kicked open, and the next thing I knew is getting lifted into the air. And basically like this. Izuku is Luna. Hey, that's my leaning pillow. Angel shouts, tough you beach. I'll be having him for the rest of the day. Blitz. He carries me to his van, opening the door, and throws my long key but in. I groan and notice Luna, Moxie, Millie, Octavia, and Stola's in here. Wait, how the hell can this van hold Stola's and my tall arses? I ask. Beats me, Your Highness. Octavia says, better yet, where the heck are you taking us, Blitz? I ask. To Lululand, sir. Mox say. I blink. The rip-off amusement park of my dad amusement park. I deadpanned out. Correct, Vincent. Stola says happily. I deadpan more and lean my head on Luna's shoulder. I feel her freeze a bit, but soon relaxes, and I feel her tail wrap around my waist. This will be interesting. We finally pull into the rather empty parking lot. I see Moxie exits the van and opens the side door to show a very cramped Stola's and I. Stola's extracts himself out excitedly. I get out and stretch my cramped-up back, releasing a massive crack. I sigh happily. Luna appears next to me and rubs my back. Thanks, my dear. I say. Her tail wags and nods at me before going back to her phone. I see Octavia exits the van far less excitedly. Now, remember, this is work and work only. Me and my crew are not here to satisfy your perverted bird needs, alright. Blitz says, hey, do we have to? Octavia says in disgust. Okay, hold on right there, sweetie. If you try in my little butt in that park, I swear to. Blitz says to Octavia, and then Stola's. Yeah, I'm gonna ignore this and figure out a plan to set the place on fire. Should I make it an accident or put the blame on the stupid fizz bot this place has? I'll choose the fizz bot option. Whoa, I haven't been to this place since I was a tot. Millie cheers. A large letter falls off the sign of a nearby ride, crushing the teenaged imp underneath. I shrug and just walk in with everyone. Millie runs off in excitement. How can anyone like this SHT? It hasn't changed a bit. It's Big Woo Bly. Millie yells happily. Millie gestures toward a hideously malformed animatronic dinosaur, which opens its mouth and lets out a terrifying, demonic shriek. My eye twitches in annoyance. That is deeply upsetting. Mox sighs out, oh come on. It's fun. You've never been here. Millie asks, theme parks always disturbed me, especially the mascots. Mox strained out when nobody is looking. I lit my finger on fire and simply set the disgusting animatronic on fire. Then follow everyone next to Lulu. Great. It's Lulu. Stolas says in excitement, I have a question. Octavia asks, well, ask away, little girlie. Ayuk, ayuk, ayuk. Lulu says. I stand behind Lulu silently with my eye twitching a bit. Is it true this park is just a really shameless spin-off of Lucifer's far more popular Lulu World? Via so. Lulu asks. I grab Lulu's shoulders tightly. Oh, it is Via. Mammon has no shame about copying my dad's work. I say. Lulu freezes and turns to look up at my annoyed face. Oh, Your Highness. He squeak out. I tisk and throw him far from us. Rip off BSTRD. Stolas chuckles nervously as he leads Octavia away. Why don't we go check out the rides? Stolas mutters quietly. Everyone scatters. I frown as Luna noticed and touches my elbow. I look at her. Let's go somewhere else, then catch up with Blitz, she says. I just nod and follow her silently. We both leave the park and simply sit down on the ground. I sigh out and rub my head. Blitz owes me for this. I mutter, I'll tell him that next time. Luna shrugs out. I look at her quietly and smile softly at her. Vin? She asks. Yes, my dear. I ask. She goes silent, and I see her ears flop back a bit. I frown deeply at that. Just want to ask, would you ever consider dating a Hellborn, Hellhound, or Imp? She asks. Is this about Blitz and Stola's situation or a serious question? I ask, serious. She says. I hum and think a bit and face her again, to see her look up at me quietly. Her phone on her lap turned off. Wow, this is serious. Well, most people won't agree to it. I say, oh, I see. She says sadly, however I start. Luna perks up in confusion at me as I rub her head between her ears with a smile. I don't care for that status bullshit. If I have feelings for a imp, hellhound, or better yet a sinner, whatever gender they are, I won't care. I would love them as much as I possibly can. I would torture those who hate it and share their opinions about it. I say, wait, really? She asks in shock. My dear hellhound, I'm pansexual. I would date whomever I want, not caring about anyone's opinion on it. I say. I see her tail wagging extremely fast and I smile at that. I hum and lean back a bit. Why ask that question? Perhaps you love me, I say. You wish. She says. I can tell she is lying, but I won't budge till she is ready. I chuckle softly at that for her to punch my arm. Suddenly, we hear an explosion. We both look at each other and poke our heads through the entrance to see part of the park is now on fire. Oh man. Someone beat me to it. We both also see Blitzo getting thrown up into the air by RoboFizz and comes down through the roof of the shooting gallery, crushing the carny imp under him. We both run to them. Ow. A stupid imp groans. Put, sir. Millie and Mock say in shock. Hey guys. You should probably go, make sure Stolas is okay. Got some unfinished business to take care of. Blitz says in a daze. Blitzo draws his flintlock pistol, PPS it, and fires at the now burning RoboFizz. The impact of the bullet spins RoboFizz's head around, but when he spins his head back, he is revealed to be unharmed by the shot, having caught the bullet in his teeth. He then spits the bullet out. Oh, what a mouth. Blitz says. I sigh and walk to the flaming robot and simply grab its head and crushed it with all my strength. I drop it and face everyone. As I see that Blitz has just realized what he said and looks ready to be sick. I shake my head and look around. Where's Stolas and Via? I ask. Yeah, I last saw them with you. Blitz. Luna says, I don't know. I was dealing with this Fingus EC toy robot. Blitz says, but I can tell he looked happy when Luna almost said Dad. Let's just go home. Millie says. We nod and head back to the gate to see Stolas and Via there, talking. So we walk to them quietly. So, what would you like to do now? Stolas asks. Oh, can we go to Stylish Occult? They sell weird taxidermy there. Vi asks. Well, she seems like the type of girl to enjoy that stuff. I feel Luna hug my arm, and I look at her quietly, but I smile softly at her. Okay. Stolas says reluctantly, thanks, Dad. You're okay sometimes. Via says happily, thank you, Via. Thank you. Stola says softly, if you're done, let's drop your shuttle but home. Blitz says, way to ruin the moment. Blitz. I say. He deadpans up at me and flips me off before flopping into his van. I get dropped off in front of the hotel. I stood there watching Blitz drive away as quickly as he could. I shrug and lazily walk in to see it empty. I shrug my shoulders and simply decide to visit Japan again. So once again, I appear in an alleyway and simply walk around to see. Inko is struggling with shopping. I frown deeply and walk to her and see everyone glaring at her. Wait, people know what she and the others done to me. Need help? I ask in a strained voice. Hi. She says I grabbed the heavy-looking ones and followed her back to the place I called hell. So, I starts, you're going to ask why nobody won't help. She asks, coughs yes, I say. They all found out about my baby boy, Izuku, she says with tears. Meanwhile in heaven Lilith PV I'm just chilling and drinking my cocktail till I sneeze loudly and a feeling. Why do I want to kill someone for something relating to one of my kids? I ask myself, I blink, but I shrug, ignore this. Back with Izuku/Vin and Inko. Izuku, so how did they find out your mistreatment of my best friend? I ask, her eyes widen, and she looks up at me in shock. You were his best friend. She asks in a whisper. Miss him a lot, I say. I'm glad he had someone on his side. Everyone found out when we did a live interview about it, as well as the news finding out from the police, she says quietly. That didn't take long. Do you regret your actions towards Izuku? I ask, of course. He's my baby boy. She says. I hum silently. We kept walking in silence till she stopped and faced me. I blink in confusion and look at her with an eyebrow raise. Could you tell me everything you know about Izuku? She asks, if I did tell you, what would you do with it? I ask. I will regret doing this, but it's a deal to gain that information about myself. Hoping it's some way to gain his forgiveness, even if he is in heaven. But also to prove to him that I want to be his mum again, she says. Hee. Heaven my arse. I hum quietly and look down at her. It would put some rest to my mind. Deal, I say. I grip her shoulder as my hand slightly glows green and red before vanishing. Her soul is mine now, but why am I happy about that? So what do you want to know? I ask. Everything, she says with a big smile. During the walk, I basically told her everything minus a few things, for now, about me. She seemed to soak it up like a sponge. We finally get to the door, and she opens it and leads me in. My breath hitched to see Izumi and her friends in the living room, while All Beach is drinking coffee while reading the newspaper. Oh hi Moo dash. Izumi starts. I see her looking at me with a pale face and fearful eyes. I feel my heart get stabbed at that, but I shake it off. Where you want this, Miss Yagi? I ask. Oh, this way. Inko says. I nod and follow her while bending to get through doorways. Entering the kitchen and placing the bags on the counter. Sorry for the door height, she says. It's fine. I'm used to it, I say. I'm about to make dinner. I won't mind if you stayed, she says. I freeze mid grabbing stuff from the bag. I face her quietly. It seemed you already have enough guests, I say while I point to the living room. Izumi and her friends, they basically live here at this point. Most of their parents have disowned them, she says. I blink then silently. I would, but my sister would have a panic attack if I don't go home soon. I say, well at least let me give you some food in case you return home late, she says. I went to protest, but I watched her rushing around and shoves a bento box in my hand. I blink and open it to see. Katsudon. Oh. Thanks, I say in shock. No problem. I guess you need to head back, she says. I nod my head. She walks me back to the door and everyone noticed me now. I leave the home and face Inko again. I bow to her. Thanks for the food, Miss Yagi. I says, no problem, dear. Get home safe, she says. I stand back up and smile a bit. I nod and start walking towards an alleyway and teleport to my room of the hotel. I look at the bento box silently before opening it and summon some chopstick. I cross my heart with an upside-down cross and start to take a first bite. My eyes widen. It hasn't changed at all. I keep eating it as tears flow down my cheeks. I miss this. Luna POV. I'm minding my own business while looking through Hellstagram while. I love this song. You were a spicy little woman with the bleach blonde hair. Blitz sing. I look at him clearly, annoyed at his singing. While that wimp of an imp, Moxie covers his somehow non-existing ears in the back while Millie rolls down her window and smiles. Finden, for that's when I caught your stare. Blitz sings he drives us into an old crowded parking lot. And I'm getting fed up with his singing now. Thought it might be love, but you went, Blitz sings suddenly, a pink car pulls into the remaining parking space. Oh, Esikifu dash, Blitz shouts in shock. He slams onto the brakes, and the van skids to a stop. He turns off the radio and glares at the person in the pink car. He glances at the license plate, which reads, Sucks, for life. O-U-C-K for life, do ya? Blitz asks. We all see Blitz pull out a megaphone. I groan loudly and rub my face in annoyance. Listen up, you unoriginal pink cum dump. You have 3 goddamn seconds to get your melons out of my parking spot. Blitz shouts. The passenger steps out of her front car seat with high heels. Blitz lowers the megaphone, shocked. Oh, SHT Verasika. Blitz groans out. Wait, as in Verasika Mayday. How in the hell does he know her? We all see her blow a bubble of pink gum before it pops. Blitz, Verasika snarls out, I should have known you'd be here. I could smell fish for miles, which is odd. Because I believe the nearest ocean is 3 rings down. Blitz shouts, and I should have known you'd be here when I heard the Amber Alerts. Verasika snaps at him. Diamen, that was a burn. I'm surprised they let your fat butt out of rehab. I can see you're still a drunken where, clutching onto that 𝐒𝐻𝐽𝐵 bottle like it's the last PP in hell. Blitz says, they let me out because I'm still famous. And rehab is for sad, loser wash-ups. She says. We see Verasika takes a drink from her bottle and wipes her mouth with her thumb. So, your sister says, hi. She smirks out. Blitz angrily steps in front of Verasika. I noticed Vincent materialize next to them quietly. Why are you parking here? This is the only parking spot my company has. So take your tampon race car somewhere else. Blitz shouts. Actually, prick. It has my name on it. She says. We look at the spot. She is pointing down to her name written in purple spray paint by their feet. P is crossed out on the ground. I'm doing a bit of freelance for one of the infinitely more successful companies in the building. And they wanted to have me come in this week to lead their team during spring break. She says, a week. No, you are not parking here for a effing week. Blitz shouts, aw, you mad Blitz? You gonna run off, leaving someone else to pay for the hotel room, steal their car and run. She says, run 3 rings to Wrath and Max MY credit cards on shitty horse riding lessons. They both shout, God damn it, where, you will not let that go. Blitz says, choke on his sandpaper pages. She says, ugh, I wasted so much time with a bag of holes like that. Blitz groans out. Vincent sighs and clutches both their shoulders tightly. They knew who it is and freezes up. Why is it that every time you two fight, I'll be the one to separate the two of you? Vin sighs out. Vin, we dash. Blitz starts. I saw everything Blitz. Vin deadpants out. Anyway, I gotta go. Vin, you preforming? Just yet. I'll meet you, Vin says. With that, Verasika leaves with that hellhound. I face Blitz. You know Verasika Mayday. I shouted. They were engaged. Vin sighs out. This shocks me, Moxie and Millie. As Blitz groans in annoyance. Izumi POV. Me and the guys got tickets to Verasika Mayday concert. We are all excited. Hopefully, it'll help us keep our minds off Onaikan for a few hours. We saw a woman with 3 odd-looking people walking in after us, but I shrugged it off. Might be their quirk. This is your final boarding call. All aboard, Verasika says. We all cheer loudly as she appears on stage. Pack your bags, suns out. Take a vaki, babe, take it straight to Bone Town. Me time, free time, baby relax, self-care, no hair, Brazilian wax horned. Up succubus to the beach, catch some rays while catching some D. Pack your bags, suns out. Take a vaki, babe, take it straight to Bone Town. Hot dog, hot bod, sausage and bunsum, fivesome, having some fun. Back to my place. Welcome to hell. Souls out, holes out. How does it smell? Pack your bags, suns out. Take a vaki, babe, take it straight to Bone Town. Verasika sings. We all cheer loudly. I noticed the woman from earlier appeared next to me during the song. I have a special guest. You all know him as he performs with me each time. Verasika says, no way, as in Vilism. Mina shouts happily. He is famous for wearing a mask to each performance. Jiro says in excitement, now give it up for 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲. Verasika shouts. Fire appears, and he steps out. To everyone's shock, he isn't wearing a mask. He is just wearing something expensive. Our eyes widen. It's that guy that threatened me. We watch him smirk seductively, and everyone freaks out. We just stood there speechless. Here we go again. I kinda wanna be more than friends, so take it easy on me. I'm afraid you're never satisfied. Here we go again. We're sick like animals. We play pretend you're just a cannibal, and I'm afraid I won't get out alive. No, I won't sleep tonight. He sing me, every female, and the gays feel drawn to him. As he takes the mic from the mic stand, and walks closer to us. Oh, I want some more. Oh, what are you waiting for? Take a bite of my heart tonight. Oh, I want some more. Oh, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Say goodbye to my heart tonight. Here we are again. I feel the chemicals kickin', and it's getting heavy, and I wanna run and hide. I wanna run and hide. I do it every time. You're killing me now, and I won't be denied by you, the animal inside of you. He sings. He holds his hand out to me, and my eyes widen as I went to grab it, but the woman grabs it, and she gets pulled on stage. As he twirls her around. Oh, I want some more. Oh, what are you waiting for? Take a bite of my heart tonight. Oh, I want some more. Oh, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Say goodbye to my heart tonight. He sings. The woman is blushing as she is held closer to his chest as he smirks and nibbles her ear, causing her to blush more. He places a finger on her lips. Hush, hush, the world is quiet. Hush, hush, we both can't fight it. It's us that made this mess. Why can't you understand? Whoa. I won't sleep tonight. I won't sleep tonight. Here we go again. 3x. Oh, I want some more. Oh, what are you waiting for? Take a bite of my heart tonight. Oh, I want some more. Oh, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting? Here we go again. Oh, 3x. Say goodbye to my heart tonight. Oh, I want some more. Oh, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Say goodbye to my heart tonight. He sings. The whole crowd cheers loudly as he helps the woman down from the stage. Lucky Beach, Uraraka growls out. I stayed silent as he bows and waves goodbye as he leaves the stage. Izuku POV. I merge into the crowd to see Blitz, Luna, Moxie, and Millie on the beach. I walk to a clearly drunk Moxie and amused Millie. Moxie. Millie says, Millie, hi. Hey, when did you get 4 heads? I wanna kiss him. Mox says, clearly drunk. How much did he drink? I ask, a lot from what I can tell. Millie smirks out. I shake my head as Millie picks up the drunken Moxie. Suddenly a fish monster emerges from the ocean. The humans and the succubus saw the monster. The monster crushes a relaxing human, sending BLD everywhere. The humans scream and run away. Some calling for heroes. I grit my teeth and jump onto the fish as I see my ex-friends calling for help while watching in shock. I see Inko and All Might appear. Oh, if this. You ruined my concert. I shouted. I took a deep breath and blew a vortex of fire at the fish monster. It screeches in pain as it gets cooked alive. It crashed down onto the sand onto its back, but I backflip, wrapping my legs around its neck to pull it away from everyone. I noticed it's still alive, so I summon my wings to shoot into the air and snap my fingers as a portal appears under it and it vanishes. I let Father have his fun with it. The portal vanishes and I fly down, landing in front of Inko and showing her my hero license. Knowing what's going to happen, she looks at it, and her eyes widen at the name and look up at me. It's okay, he's a hero, she says to everyone. She gives it back to me. I get surrounded by reporters. Are you a new hero? What's your quirk? For you. What's your hero name? Reporters ask. I sweat dropped at this. I'm not allowed to say, as it's under secrecy with the principal of UA. If you want answers, ask him. I say. With that I teleport away and try to hide behind Inko. She looks at me quietly. I hate reporters. I wind out. Same. I know you can't answer my question. I'll ask it to Nizu, she says. I nod my head quietly and see Blitz and his group gathering together. Got to go, I say. With that I teleport to the group and see Luna looking sad at Texas. I frown and hug her. She squeaks and looks up at me. I smile at her and face Blitz. Come on, Looney Tooney. Let's go back and park our fat effin' car in our fat effin' space. Blitz says, for once I agree. But I need to help father deal with that fish monster, I groaned out with that. We go through the portal. Luna falls through the portal backwards with me. Blitzo jumps up and mockingly flips the double bird through the portal, making Verosika growl in anger and her eye twitch. Once we returned, I noticed Luna snuggled up into my chest, and I rubbed her head softly as she shifted back to her original form. I helped deal with that monster later. If I remember. Izuku POV. I was mid-eating a piece of shoulder as we're watching a pawn video that Angel wanted us to watch. I see Pentious and Charlie are creeped out, while Vaggie is annoyed, and Nifty is rather interested. I don't know how to feel about this. You know, this performance won me a SECX11 award. Angel says, honest. Charlie says she turns away, nauseous. She tries to shield her eyes with her right hand. Ew. Vaggie says, oh, harder, Daddy. T-Angel says, okay. How in the hell are you able to bend like that? I ask. Angel smirks at me and went to explain till. Enough of that. Vaggie shouts. We watch her as she tries to help Charlie by covering the side of her face with her own hand so she doesn't have to see the TV screen. She turns her head to Angel Dust with a disapproving and unamused stare. Angel, what the F? Vaggie says, what? You said was show and tell day. I'm showing you my best film, and I'm telling you that it scored me a win over that beach Tiffany titfucker. Angel shrugs out, you know, not a very convincing interrogation scene. Husk states. I look at the two of them with a deadpan face. I swear they fight like a old married couple. Alright, D-head. What makes you think you have any right to insult my work to my effin' face? Angel says in anger, you really gonna sit there and act like these scripts ain't hot garbage? Husk states boredly, this is classy art. Angel says while pointing at the TV. Oh, phew. TV. Angel, thought I went to say something till I noticed Nizu mark is glowing. I stand up. I got to go. Really? You've been going everywhere more than normal, Charlie says. I know, but this is a meeting. I'll be back before you know it, I say. She nods, and I vanish into flames and appearing next to Nizu. I noticed UA staff and my old parents are here. At the staff meeting. You called Nizu? I asked down at him. Yep, everyone. I would like you to meet Prince Vincent Morningstar of Hell. Nizu says, wait, what? Seriously? Uncle Mike says, you heard of me. I say. They all nod, and Inko raised her hand. I raise an eyebrow at her. You know Izuku? Saying you're his best friend. What? She asks. This made everyone silent. I chuckle a bit. Izuku summoned me. He made a deal with me. I say, what deal? All Beach asks, to be his friend, and in return he serves me as a butler when he dies. I agreed and simply became his best friend. Now he's dead. It did surprise and upset me, but he's now happy as a little demon in my care. I lied out. I noticed Uncle Aizawa looking at me with calculated eyes. Wait, how can Nizu be able to contact you? Auntie Midnight asks. Simple. He made a deal with me. That he calls me for any help he needs. In return I have his soul and he'll helps me punish sinners. I smirk out. This shuts everyone up. I chuckle and they all look at me. He's not the only one that made a deal with me in this room. I hum out, oh who? Nizu asks. I hum and click my fingers as a chain appear, and it wraps around Inko neck. Shocking everyone. Mrs. Yagi made a deal with me without realizing. Just to have information on her son, to gain forgiveness from him. In return, I made the same reason I done with Izuku. I hum out. Inko eyes widen as I noticed this answered some questions in her mind. Do you know who enters hell? Vlad asks. That's a different matter. I can only know when a new soul enters hell. Their soul must have a judgment review by those psychopath-killing-looking angels. They decide who can enter heaven or get thrown to hell. I snarl out, Nizu, why is he here exactly? All Beach asks, he's going to be the teacher assistant for Aizawa and Heroic's teacher. Nizu hums out. This shocks them all. I shrug. If that is all. I need to get back to hell. I need to deal with a clingy sister, a grump alcoholic gambling cat, and a pawn star. I say. I click my fingers, and I burst into flames. I appear to see Husk and Angel outside a bar. I flop next to them. What happened now? I ask, nothing, Angel grumbles. I saved him from some drunks that were trying to drag him. Just told him about my time as an overlord before I sold my soul to you know who. Husk says. I hum at that and lean back. You know, before this life, I had to fight my battles myself. I say. They both look at me in confusion. Life before this one. What are you on about? Angel asks, simple. I used to live on Earth, died there, and got reborn here. I know what abuse is and neglected, bullies, and discrimination. I hum out. They both look shocked at me. So things look bad, and your back's against the wall. Your whole existence seems effin' hopeless. I sing. I see Husk smirk and joins in. We both get up. I summon my mic and tap my foot as we watch Husk walk, grabbing an umbrella. You're feelin' filthy as a dive bar bathroom stall. Can't face the world sober and dopeless. You've lost your way. You think your life is wrecked. Well, let me just say you're correct. Husk sings. Wait, what? Angel says in shock. You're a loser, baby, a loser. Goddamn baby, you're a fed up little whiny beach. Me. And Husk sings. Hey. Angel shouts in annoyance. You're a loser, just like me. Husk says, thanks, but Angel groans out. You're a screws loose boozer and only 1-star reviews. You're a power bottom at rock bottom, but you got company. I sing. This supposed to make me feel better? Angel asks. There was a time I thought that no one could relate to the gruesome ways in which I'm damaged, but lettin' walls down, it can sometimes set you straight. We're all livin' in the same sandwich. Husk sings. We both flop down on both sides of Angel. I sold my soul to a psychopathic freak. Angel sings. Ha. And you think that makes you unique? Get out of here, man. We're both losers, baby, we're losers. It's okay to be I sing, coked up, 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲. Angel asks, baby, that's fine by me, and Husk says. We watch Angel get up, and we follow after him. I'm a loser, honey, a schmoozer and a dummy, but at least I know I'm not alone. Angel sings. You're a loser, Husk sings. Just like me, we all sing, we all jump in a spotlight area. I got an appetite for gambling, Husker sings. I got an appetite for power, I sing. I got an appetite for sampling every drag and hissy toy I can find. Angel sings. Go ahead, baby, sing that song, come on. Husk and I sing. I got no holes left to deflower. Angel sings. I sold my soul to save my power. Now I'm on that demon's leash. Husk sings. I gave up my life to give in to my longing. I sing. Angel and Husk get tied up by chains while my form glows green and red to show scars. Burns, cuts, stab marks, cutting and suicide scars. We all frown deeply. I clutch my hair in fear. I'm trapped, and it gets worse with every hour. We sing. The chains and my scars vanish, and we all look at each other with wide eyes. Tears form in our eyes, but then we all smirks. You're a loser, baby, Angel sings at us. A loser, but just maybe if we, Husk sings. We all dance together while smirking at each other. Key together, things will end up differently. We sing together. It's time to lose your self-loathing. Excuse yourself, let hope in, baby, play your card, be who you are. Me and Husk sings. A loser, just like me. We sing. We lean on each other while smiling at each other till they're fing singing. Get 'em. A shark demon shouts. We all jump behind a building. I growl as my horns grow. OSHT, stay down. I'll deal with this. Husk shouts, hee hee, you're fing dead dash. A demon says, are they new to hell of some? Do they even realize who they're fing attacking? I roared. The ground shakes as I summon my wings, shooting up into the air. While Husk kills each goon with relative ease using his cards, but had trouble with one goon jumping on his back, until Angel also pulls out one of his firearms and obliterates the demon. I send massive fireballs at them. Eat lead, sucka. I told ya. I can handle myself, baby. Angel says. I see. Angel pulls out 5 extra guns and begins fighting the rest of the demons with Husk. I summon my shadows to rip the demons apart until all the shark demons are reduced to BLD and guts. Soon, they all die, and I land next to Angel and Husk, banged up and covered in the goons' BLD. We all sigh in relief. Well, that was something I didn't expect to see. Husk sighs out. Like I said, you don't know me. Ain't the only thing I'm good at. Angel says, good to know, 'cause this guy ain't that bad. Husk smirks out, let's just go home. I sigh softly. I see Angel smiles, and we walk out of the street, heading back to the hotel. We all walk in, laughing just for Charlie to run to us. I'm so sorry, Angel. I promise I won't ever dash. Charlie says, wait. What happened while I was gone? Charlie, it's fine. I get it. Thanks for caring about me. Angel says. We watch as Charlie starts to cry tears of joy. Angel picks her up and gives her to Vaggie. I blink in utter confusion. I think this is yours. Angel says nervously, oh Missy, let's get you to bed. Vaggie says, he said he forgave me. It's so appealing, Vaggie. Charlie cries. Vaggie noticed my confusion, and she mouths, I'll explain later. I just nod as we watch her carry Charlie away. Hey, how about that drink? Husk asks us, you read my mind. Me and Angel says. We laugh and got to the bar and just have the time of our lives. Izuku POV. It's early in the morning. And I didn't sleep. Why you may ask? Well, Charlie dragged me out of bed and into the lounge to discuss our next course of action to deal with the next extermination, but also what other trust exercises we can do. Right now, I'm laying dead on the floor, still in my PJs, while Charlie is pacing around. We hear everyone walk in. I'm just not quite understanding why it's not working. But I think Charlie. Think. Okay, if I do this, it's going to be, I have trust falls every single morning. We can do, Charlie mutters out, how about an arts and crafts exercises? I tiredly suggested. Charlie perks up, nods while noting it down. She keeps pacing, and we both mutter ideas left and right. This is creepy. Angel says, come on. Any other ideas, Vin? Charlie says, we could do a building exercise. Better dash, I mutter out. Charlie. Vincent, are you good? Vaggie asks Charlie, and I looks at them with sleep-deprived, insane look in Charlie's eyes while seeing a dazed look in my eyes. We both have red veins shown in the sclera of our eyes. Nope. No, not really. We've been up all night trying to figure out why the hotel isn't working. We've done trust falls, we've tried sharing our feelings, we only have a couple months left before the angels come. And at this rate dash, Charlie and I mutter yeah. To be honest, I kinda rubbed my muttering onto her. Vaggie grips Charlie's shoulders, while Angel picks up my exhausted state and places me sitting up right in his lap. Exhaustion finally kicking in till Husk gave me a mug of coffee and I drink it happily. Maybe it's time dash, Vaggie starts in a. Charlie whines, to ask dash, Vaggie adds. Charlie gets up close to Vaggie's face, holding her cheeks desperately. I finish my coffee, feeling much better now. Don't say it. Charlie begs, your dad. Vaggie finishes. I hum in agreement to that while Charlie groans, knowing what this means for her. Charlie, I know you don't want to, but we need every advantage we can get. Vago explains, she has a point sis. I say, he let the extermination happen to begin with. They just had a meeting and said, go ahead and kill everyone. Wait, that's it? Charlie says I knew what she thinking and raised an eyebrow. Kill everyone. Vaggie asks. I snort at that and get off Angel lap to lean on Charlie head. No. He could get me a meeting with heaven. Charlie says, didn't we already try that? Vaggie asks, well, yeah, with Adam he was in but. I say in distrain, but he isn't in charge of all of heaven. We could go to the top. There's sure to be some angels who will listen. Charlie adds. I watch as Charlie scrolls through her contacts. In her contacts, she has egg bow eyes 1, 2, and 3, before her thumb lingers on top of her dad. However, she was hesitant to call her dad. Yeah, Charlie and Dad are distant since Dad is busy giving me meetings while he deals with the other sins as well as making his RBB duck army. What's the holdup? You got daddy issues. Husk asks. Her and Dad are distant, so sit. I try to explain. I wrap my arms around Charlie's shoulders and look at her phone. After he and Mom split, he never really wanted to see me. He calls, sometimes, but only if he's bored or like needs me to do something. Charlie says, also, when Father vanished as well, he kinda hid himself away. Me and Dad do spend time together, but it's only on royal business and tea like that. I say I spot Father's shadow watching us. I knew he's listening to us. Daddy issues. Husk says I deadpan at him. Well, he's not wrong, I guess. Well, I'd like to meet the big PP in charge. Angel says we see Nifty was holding a knife in her hands. The ultimate bad boy. I bet he's scary. Nifty says while holding a knife. However, Angel takes it from her. Me and Charlie look at each other and she clicks Dad number as we both walk away to a corner. She puts it on speaker on low volume so only us can hear him. Hi Beach. Dad says we both look at each other with I'm not surprised look. Hi, Dad. Me and Charlie say, hey, how are you? Oh, where are you these days? Dad says we both sigh as I lean my head on Charlie's head. You know where I am, Dad. I've told you before. Charlie says, same here, Dad. You literally asked me to stick with Charlie. I say, you have, Charlie. Oh yeah, well, you know, I am a dash, Dad stutters. I told you when you called me 5 months ago, or did you not listen? Charlie deadpans, no. Just forgot. I've just been really busy, with, important things. Dad says we hear a RBB duck getting kicked. Did you seriously kick a RBB duck? I sigh out. Well, I'm actually running a hotel to rehabilitate sinners. Vincent is helping me with it, remember? Maybe you saw our commercial. Charlie says, oh, sadly I missed it. I haven't been watching much TV lately. Scrambles the brain. But hey, a hotel, fun. Dad says we both look nervously at the others before turning back to the phone. Listen, Dad, I've got kind of a big ask. Charlie sighs out, yeah, of course. Anything in my power is yours for the asking. You just name it, Dad says to us both. I need to speak to heaven. Well, whoever's in charge up there, above Adam, above anybody. I need to go to the top. Charlie final says the phone goes silent for a moment. No, Charlie, no. That's, Dad says, Dad, why? I ask, look, Dad, we don't ask you for much, me and Vin never have, but this is really important to me. Charlie says, I want to see Charlie dreams come to a reality, Dad. Like Charlie said, we never ask you for anything like this. Please understand, I say, it's the most important thing I've ever done. And I need you. I need your help. Charlie begs. I don't know, Charlie Vincent. Dad sighs out, please. Just come see what I'm trying to do. You'll see why it's a really good idea. And heaven is bound to agree if I get the chance to talk to them. Please, Dad. Charlie begs, please, Dad. We just want to help our people. Like Charlie said, come and see the place that Sis has done for our people. I say we again hear silence and me and Charlie look ready to pass out either from exhaustion or nervousness. Will you? Inviting me over. Absolutely. Oh, I'll be there in an hour. Dad says happily with that he hangs up. We both look at each other in shock and we face everyone again. Welp, we have an hour until he gets here. Charlie says, okay people, Lucifer is on his way. So we are going to get this place presentable and we are going to make an amazing impression. Vamonos. Vaggie states everyone scatters to get the place tidy and ready for Lucifer. Serpentious and Nifty bakes cookies, then Nifty starts sweeping and Husk is cleaning up. I see Father walking in and watches Razzle and Dazzle put up a "Welcome Daddy" banner up. Angel puts on some makeup before closing the mirror, revealing to be Nifty staring creepily at him, making Angel recoil back in surprise. Me and Charlie just stood there. I click my fingers so my clothes have changed to a baggy shirt and joggers. Then I start trying to help calm Charlie down, but I'm a bit nervous myself. Suddenly, we hear the door knock. Okay everyone, it's showtime. Charlie sighs out Charlie. And I opens the door, revealing Dad, excited to see his daughter and son. Charlie. Vincent. Dad says, hey. Dash me and Charlie say we get interrupted us by Dad giving us both a bear hug. We both squeak like a RBB duck. Oh, it's so good to see you. Ha. Dad says happily, it's good to see you too, Dad. We strained out he finally lets us go. I wheeze out for a breath while kneeling. While Charlie breath in and out before standing up straight. I soon noticed Father is behind me and I raised an eyebrow at him as I stand up straight. Welcome to the Has-Been Hotel. Charlie says 2 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐬𝐽 pops some party poppers as a warm welcome. Kiki curls up to Dad and rubs her face against his legs, which made Dad notices her and goes all enchanted by her cuteness. He crouches down and rubs her head. Me and Charlie look at each other with deadpan expressions. Oh, Huo Kiki. Dad coos out razzle and dazzle flies by, gaining Dad attention. Razzle, dazzle. Oh, look how much you haven't grown. Still fun-sized. You taking care of my whittle girl and boy. You better be. Dad says. Dad, we're not kids anymore. I strained out. Charlie nods her head to agree. Dad stands up and looks around the hotel. Wow. This place sure looks. It's got a lot of character. Dad says he sees the bar at the corner and was immediately repulsed by it. Oh no. What in the unholy hell is that? Dad exclaimed in distaste. Just some of the renovations we had done. Adds a bit of color, don't you think? Father says. They both look at each other as a tension appears around us. Me and Charlie look at each other quietly. Alastair. Dad strained out. Still the same as last time I saw you, still short. Father smirks out. Why are you here? Dad asks in annoyance. For entertainment mostly, as well as the host of this lovely establishment. Father says. I guess that's why Charlie called it the Has-Been Hotel. Dad says jokingly. Haha. It was actually my idea. Father says. Well, it's not very clever. Dad says in anger. F you. Father strained out. I rubbed the back of my head at that. You kinda did, Father. Hence that I'm here, I say. Not now / shut up, Vincent. Dad and Father shouts at me. My eyes widen at that. I shut my mouth shut and rub my arm quietly. Charlie noticed and clearly had enough. Dad and Father realize what they said and look at me. I forced a smile at them and walked away to the bar. I push Husk away and I grab a bottle of cheap sake and I hop onto the bar and drink it. Husk frowns at me and sits next to me on the bar. Vincent, Husk says. It's fine. I'm fine. I say. Vin? Husk says. I look at him and I sigh and look at Dad, Father and Charlie. I know, it's my only way to get rid of the tension when this happens. Guess it didn't work this time. I mutter out. I see them walking to us and I return to drinking my sake while Husk joins me in drinking. Ahem, Charlie. Dear, hey, why don't you introduce me to your other friends? Dad says. Oh yes, of course. This is Vaggie, she's my girlfriend. Charlie says. I see the shock on Dad's face. Oh my golly. You like girls? So do I. We have so much in common. You put her there, Maggie. She's so pretty. Dad says. Wow, he said her name wrong. Lovely to meet you, sir. Vaggie says shyly. Vincent, anyone in your life? Dad asks. I spit out my sake and cough at that. Everyone looks curious as well. I look at them with wide eyes. I put the bottle down, sighing and looking down at my hands. My mind drifting to Reiko and Luna. I like 2 people, I say. Charlie and Dad's eyes glitter open. Who? Angel asks in shock. I'm not going to talk about it. I strained out. I see Charlie looking at me with puppy eyes. I frown and push my hair back, for it to flop back into place. No, Charlie. I say. Please. She whines. Maybe later. I need to figure shot out. I say. Fine. She sighs out. I watch her return to introducing everyone else to Dad. Father holds my shoulder and I look up at him in confusion. He smiles softly at me and rubs my head before following Dad and Charlie. Suddenly the chandelier falls and produces a huge amount of dust which makes everyone cough. I wave my hand and noticed that Dad and Father were near the chandelier. Me and Dad knew that Father had something to do with it. I sigh quietly and jump off the bar and stand next to Charlie. Dad chuckles darkly at this. All right then. Dad says. Looks like you could use some help. From the big boss of hell himself. Check your daddy's glowing reviews on Yelp. Dad sings to me and Charlie. 5 stars. Flawless. Greater than great. Dad's puppets sing. Me and Charlie look at each other as Dad grabs us while smiling and pointing at the pentagram. With a punch of a pentagram, a whap. Alakazam. Usually I charge a sacrificial lamb. But you get the family rate. Dad sings. Thanks, Dad. Me. Dad and Charlie says, who needs a busboy now that you've got the chef? Dad sings, well, clones of Dad sings, Michelin tasting menu free a la carte. I'll rig the game for you because I'm the ref. Champagne fountains, caviar mountains, that's just a start. Dad sings, I look at the champagne fountain while Charlie looks at the caviar mountains. Then Father grabs our shoulders. Somehow dress as a nun. I burst out laughing at that. Who's been here since day one? Who's been faithful as a nun? Makes you chuckle with an old-timey pun. Your executive producer. Father sings, that's true. Me and Charlie says, I'm your guy. Your day-to-day. Your chum, your steadfast hotelier. Remember when I fixed that clog today? Father sings, we watch him pull Nifty out of the toilet. I was stuck, thank you sir. Nifty says gracefully, oh you. Charlie coos out, I'm truly honored that we've built such a bond. Father says, I blink as I land on my arse next to Dad, as Charlie and Father stands at the top of the stairs. Dad kneels next to me holding my shoulder. Then helps me back up. Oh. Charlie hums out, you're like the child that I wish that I had. Father sings, wait. My eyes widen at what he said. Dad noticed my tearful look and hugs me. What? Dad and I says, I care for you just like a daughter I spawned. Father says, me and Dad look at Father in surprise. I know Charlie isn't Father kid. But is he trying to PSS Dad off? But hold on now, Dad shouts, it's a little funny. You could almost call me. They would. Father sings, I see anger in Dad eyes as me and Charlie land away from them. I land on my back, head hitting the floor hard. I hiss in pain till Charlie lands on me. I groan in pain. Charlie eyes widen and helps me up and I rub my head as we watch Dad playing a golden fiddle while Father plays a piano. Then Dad somehow got an accordion. Me and Charlie land outside as we see Father tapping his feet as we both catch several heavy books each. Charlie's books say, Stress, Responsibility, Leadership. Then your books say, Leadership, Duty and Stress. Charlie says, huh. Okay. They say when you're looking for assistance, it's smart to pick the path with least resistance. Father says, I watch him lift Charlie's books up. I grit my teeth as the weight is starting to hurt my already sore back till it gets lifted by golden light. I look to see Dad smiling softly at me. I tear up more. We soon appear back into the hotel. Others say that in your needy hour, there's no substitute for pure angelic power. Who just happens to also be your BLD, Dad sings, our eyes glitter open at the sight as we see gold leaking out of Dad's mouth. But Father pushes Dad away and holds our shoulders while pointing at the others. Sadly, there are times a BRTH parent is a dud. They say the family you choose is better. Father sings, I push Father away as I'm set off with him now, while Charlie looks happy with my father. What a bunch of losers, Dad sings, can you but out of my song. Father sings, your song. I started it. Dad shouts, I'm singing it. I'll finish it. Father snarls out, oh you tacky piece of dash. Dad says right before Dad and Father could get at each other's throats to kill, the front door opens to show. It's me. Yes, it's me. I know you were all waiting for me. I'm here. What a gas. Took a while but I'm present at last. It's me. It's me. Mimsy. Mimsy sings, we all simply stared at her. Why is she here? Dad asks, didn't you just hear me? Why is everybody gawking? Is it 'cause I'm adorable? Mimsy asks. I shove my hands in my pockets and frown deeply at her as I watch Father greet her happily. I shrug and leave the room to grab an apple from the kitchen and go the balcony. I frown deeply. Why did Father sing those lyrics? Is he just using me to gain what exactly? I shake my head and bite the apple. Slowly eating it, lean on the railing, looking up at the red sky. I hear the balcony doors open. I look to see Vaggie, Charlie and Dad. They noticed me but I return my gaze back to the sky, while eating my apple. So, once that's out of the way, it should be much smoother sailing. Charlie says, well that certainly is, ISIS something. Dad hums out. Dad walks next to me. I throw the core away and lean on my hand as I feel Dad give me a side hug. Charlie and Vaggie stand next to Dad. So, what do you think? Charlie asks, about what? Dad asks. We both look at her quietly. The hotel. Charlie says, oh. It does look much better now, doesn't it? You know, but I'm thinking this railing needs work, one good push and you just go right over the edge. Whoopee. Bye-bye. Dad says he leans on the railing upside down. What? No, the plan did. What do you think about using the hotel to help sinners? Charlie asks. Dad sighs and looks at her fully, while holding my arm. Alright, look, I love that you want to see the best in people, but these sinners, they're just the worst. I don't know how much you can realistically expect from them, and heaven. Oh boy, heaven is not exactly as carefree as you might think. Yeah, they have rules, lots of rules, and they aren't very open-minded as you'd hope. Dad explains. I see what Dad is talking about now. These are our people, Dad. I have to try. Charlie says, our people, Charlie, are awful. They got gifted free will and look what they did with it. Everything's terrible. I just don't want you to put yourself or Vincent on the line for people like Dash. Dad says he gets interrupted when a loud thud shakes the hotel, rocking the three of them on the balcony. I yelp and grip the railing tightly, but I still go flying over it. Dad sees and grabs my hand. Charlie and Vaggie rushes and helps me back onto the balcony. Dad hugs my head and smooths my hair softly. I relax and nuzzle into him. I miss this. Geez. What now? Vaggie this well like that. Dad says he gestured to dozens of lone shark demon mafia on the ground holding a battering ram. Our eyes widen and I stand up full and my eye twitches in anger. The lone shark mafia were armed to the teeth with guns, melee weapons, and a battering ram as they ram the front door open. The leader of the lone shark mafia looks up at the balcony. Mimsy, we know you're in there, you lousy beach. The demon shouts. Dad creates a portal and we all walk through, appearing into the lobby. I stand close to Dad. K. Carajo. What the F? Vaggie shouts, what's going on? Charlie asks. I walk to the widow to see what's happening and frown deeply like Dad is right now. I get Dad point now, most sinners won't be able to get redeemed. I may be in trouble with some loan sharks. I may or may not have borrowed 50 grand from Dash. Mimsy says. A loud bang happens and Mimsy squeaks. She cowers behind bar. You better come out. Lone shark shouts, and I may have also stolen a car. And crashed it. Into the lone shark's girlfriend, but that beach had it coming. Mimsy shouts. Suddenly, the windows and the walls were barraged with fireballs from the outside. The windows crashed and the floors are meteored with the fireballs. I get hit and I get sent flying with a fireball hitting my chest. I crash into a wall hard. I yell in pain and Dad eyes widen. He rushes to my side and vanishes the fireball off me. Charlie and Vaggie screamed as more fireballs came raining on them. I open an eye as pain rushes through my body as Dad hugged me tightly as I see my chest is burnt to F. My windows. Nifty screams, Vincent. Dad shouts in worry. We're under siege. Take cover. Pensius shouts. Everyone in the hotel scrambles in panic and defense as more fireballs fall down on them. Charlie dodges one of the fireballs close to her. Nifty was nearly crushed by one fireball before Angel picks her up, shocked. Dad covers me and holds me closer. Look out. Vaggie shouts, what the F? Angel yells. I see Angel throws Nifty out of the way, but she scurries around all over the lobby. Dad helps me sit up and my burn heals up, leaving a burn scar. We see that the lobby is now on fire from the fireballs. Husk tries to put out the fire close to his bar, stomping on it in anger while Mimsy hides behind the counter. Angel runs for cover, and Pensius can be heard screaming as fireballs meteor through the windows. While everyone finds some cover. You see, this is exactly what I'm talking about, Charlie. You build something nice, you invite people in and offer them everything and they just bring violence and chaos to your doorstep. Heck, they hurt your brother. It doesn't matter how well-intentioned you are, they're always going to disappoint you. Dad states coldly. I cling to Dad tightly as he helps me stand up. I stumble a bit, but I managed. I snarl angrily at the lone sharks and Mimsy. My antlers grow larger in anger. I see Nifty was on the floor recovering the windows that were shattered, unaware that falling debris was about to crush her. Nifty, come along. Pensius shouts. I see him grab Nifty before debris nearly crush her. Vaggie appears with her spear ready at arms. All of you. Get a safe distance, I'll take care of this. Vaggie says before Vaggie could go out to deal with the mafia, Father appears out of nowhere and places a hand on Vaggie's spear to lower it. No, my dear, leave it to me. It's time I remind everyone why I am here. Father says we all watch. Father turns demonic with his eyes turning to a radio dial. Mimsy pops up from the counter. Oh, finally. Took you long enough. Mimsy shouts, oh, shut the F up, Beach. You caused this. I roared in anger that shut her up as she am extremely set off at her. Dad holds my shoulders, rubbing them. I relaxed and my antlers shrink a bit. We watch Father walk towards the loan sharks. We all see what is going to happen, now being in his full demon form. A reminder to all, not to mess with the radio demon. Father says he expands his tentacle tendrils outside where one smashes the catapult, the other killing several of the mafia gangsters. The remaining gangsters panic at the sight of the radio demon's magic. Yeah. Says I growl at her and she shut up again. We see Father's body grows larger and limbs become longer before exiting the front door with a sinister, unmoving grin. Father heads out to massacre the mafia for attacking the hotel. As he exits the front door, me, Mimsy, Charlie, and Dad come out to watch the bloodbath. Charlie was totally appalled that Father is truly terrifying and maliciously monstrous. Dad nodded once to make his point. I catch a flying arm and eat it. Dad smiles at me and rubs my shoulders again, then faces Charlie with a frown. You see. What did I tell you? Charlie, sinners are violent psychopaths, hell-bent on causing as much pain and destruction as they can. There's really no point in trying. That's stuff. He's defending this hotel. It may be a bit more sadistic than I'd hoped, but he's doing it for me. How come he can have faith in me but my own father can't? Charlie says I finish eating the arm. Sis, what Dad is try dash, I start, not now, Vincent. She snaps at me, my eyes widen at that. I see Angel, Pentious, and Husk pop up from behind a turntable. Ooh, drama. Angel says I look back at Charlie silently. What Dad is trying to say, Charlotte, is that not all sinners are able to be redeemed. I explained coldly. She looks at me with Dad. As they see me looking down at her with cold eyes. I see a runaway loan shark. I summon a gun and shoot the loan shark head clean off. I vanish it and cross my arms before walking back inside. Charlie and Dad follows me. I sigh and rub my face tiredly. I know, Vin. Help me. Charlie whimpers. We both see Dad having struggle. I grew worried as well as Charlie. I can't. Dad says, why can't you? Charlie asks Charlie. You don't understand. Heaven never listens. They didn't listen to me, they won't listen to you. Dad says, that's what Dad is worried about. You don't know that. Charlie says, I do. Dad shouts with tears in his eyes, Dad. I say quietly, you didn't know that when I tried this all before, my dreams were too hard to defend. And in the end, I won't lose it all again. Now you're the only thing worth fighting for. Dad sings. We both see the silhouettes of higher angels appear, surrounding Lucifer with spears. The spears surround me and Charlie, slowly coming to us. I hug Charlie in protection. Dad noticing them in horror, and pulls us away on the other side to defend us. More than anything, I'll shelter and adore you more than anything. Dad sings. He hugs our faces to his face. I tear up and Charlie looks sad. She pulls away and pulls me next to her. Dad, we don't need you to protect us from this. She says, I just don't want you to be crushed by them like I was. Dad says sadly. My ears flatten against my head in sadness. When I was young, I didn't really know you at all. I always felt so small. But I heard your stories and I was enthralled. The tales about your lofty dreams. I listened breathlessly, imagining it could be me. So in the end, it's the view I had of you that showed me dreams can be worth fighting for. Charlie and I sing. Yeah, Dad told us the stories and such. More than anything. I need to save my people more than anything. Charlie and I sings. We look at everyone to see them smiling at us both. I rub my eyes a bit to remove some tears, as we see Dad's eyes widen in realization. Charlie dream is to help our people to have a better life, while my dream is to do my best protect our people as their next king. We see Dad smile at us, while wiping a tear from his eye. I've been dying to find out who you are. Dad sings, we've been waiting, wanting the same thing. Charlie and I sing. Dad hold our hands, smiling at us both. We both see proudness in his eyes. Looks like the apple doesn't fall far. Dad sings, we both smile at that. Took you a while. Charlie sings, I've missed that smile. Dad sings, he hugs our faces as we all smile. He holds our hands and dances around the room. All that I'm hoping now that my eyes are open is that we can start again. Not be pulled apart again. We sing. Dad summons a portal above us as his and my wings burst out. 'Cause in the end, you are part of who I am. We sing. Dad grabs Charlie and my hands. Me and Dad take off into the portal. I'll support your dreams, whatever lies in store. Dad sings, and who could ask for more? Me and Charlie sings. We both smile at Dad as he smiles back at us. More than anything. Dad sings, more than anything. Charlie sings, more than anything. Dad sings, more than anything. I sing. Charlie jumps from our hands into the air and we both catch her and hug each other tightly. I'm grateful you're my Charlie and I, Father/Lucifer, son and daughter, more than anything. More than anything. We sing. We land back into the hotel, still hugging. Dad and my wings return into our backs. We let go and Dad looks at Charlie. Okay, I can get you the meeting, but once you're in heaven, I won't be able to go with you. Will you be okay? Dad asks, I'll be fine. Charlie says, and I'll be with her with every step we take, Dad. I say, that's my kids. Good luck. You too. Dad says. He pulls our head down to kiss our foreheads before he turns into violet and red mist, vanishing from the lobby. Vaggie comes over to talk to us, mainly Charlie, with uncertainty. This next part is going to be scary. You two ready? Vaggie asks, ready as I'll ever be. I say, I'm ready, 'cause you'll be with us. Charlie says. I nod to agree and see that Vaggie looks reluctant. In spirit, right? Vaggie asks. In heaven. Charlie says, yay. Vaggie says quietly. I look at her in confusion at that. Why is she worried about going to heaven? Izuku POV. I have a bag packed and ready. I'm just sitting at the bar drinking coffee. I hum quietly till I see Angel stumble into the lounge with exhaustion. Oh, F. Angel groans out. I sip my coffee as I watch Nifty pokes her head out of a plant pot with a feather duster before coming down to see him. You look messy. What happened to you? She asks. It's who happened to me, and the answer is everyone. Twice. Val had me working 16 hours straight on a fing whim. The absolute dickbag. Angel complains. I frown as I watch Angel cracks his back and lays there on the sofa. I then see Charlie and Vaggie come into the scene with Vaggie holding 2 luggage suitcases. With all of a sudden, the wall explodes, freaking Angel out of the couch. How many times does our wall get exploded? I ask myself. I get up with my bag and walk to Charlie and Vaggie. We see Angel getting annoyed that it's the second or third time the same wall that was fixed was blown up again. Arg. What the F is with that wall? Angel asks. I'm asking the same thing. I sigh out and female outline appears from the red smoke in the now destroyed hole on the wall, holding a bomb in her hands. Oh no. Cherry bomb. What up, hoes? Cherry laughs out. Angel perks up at the sound of the laughter and immediately gets up from the couch with excitement. Holy SHT, cherry bomb. Long time no see, baby. Angel says, Angie, you beach? You been texting me depressin' SHT all day. Figured we could tear SHT up like old times. It's been fing forever. Cherry cheers. We see Charlie walks to her and Cherry noticed her and gives her the bomb. I sigh and cross my arms. Here, hold this. Cherry hums out. Charlie freaks out and plays hot potato with the bomb. She tosses the bomb back and forth in her hands in panic until Vaggie takes it. Nope, gimme that. Vaggie says. Vaggie throws the bomb out of the oh-so-broken wall and said bomb explodes, safely. I shrug at this. I love seeing ya, Cherry, but I'm too tired. I need to pass out. Angel says tiredly he went to fall onto the sofa, but we see Cherry catch him. Oh ho, you can sleep when you're double dead, fuckhead. Come on, what you really need is a recharge. A reinvigoration, a re-dash, Cherry states, responsible night on the town. That is a great idea. Shakes Cherry's hand Charlie. That's my wall that you just blew up. It's so nice to meet one of Angel's friends. Egg. He never brings anyone around. Charlie says, wonder why. Cherry snorts out, yeah, me too. Anyway, Angel and everyone else have been working so hard. I think they deserve to have a little fun. Charlie says, wait, what? Is Charlie okay? I ask Vaggie. She just excited like normal, she says, WBD. Cherry asks in confusion. Charlie waves over to Husk and Nifty. Husk doesn't seem to care much, but Nifty is shaking so fast that shaking rattling sounds can be heard from her body. She is literally asking everyone to enjoy their life while we're away. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Angel and his friend are taking you all out for a night of fun and relaxation. Charlie announced, wait, I'm only here for Ong Dash. Cherry tries to explain however. I see Charlie give Cherry a large chunk of money. I see that it has persuaded Cherry completely. I shake my head in amusement. Ooh, never mind, let's go. Cherry say happily, make sure they have the best time tonight. Anyway, the portal to heaven should be opening right about. Charlie says just like that the portal appears. I see Charlie smirking up at me. Oh no, Char-dash, I start. She pushes me in and I yell as I fall through. I land on my back and groan, slowly getting to see Charlie pulling Vaggie behind her. Just in time for the portal to close. She sees my annoyed face and looks at me with innocent eyes. I shake my head at her. Typical Charlie. I see her look around and her eyes glitter open in excitement. Vaggie, Vincent, look at this place. It's so clean. Isn't that amazing? Charlie gasps out, yup, super cool. Heaven. Vaggie says sarcastically. I raise an eyebrow at that. Something is definitely off with her. We soon approach the front desk where St. Peter pops up from behind his desk. Hiya. Welcome to heaven. Can I get your name, please? St. Peter asks. Oh, Charlie Morningstar. Charlie says we watch. Peter opens the book of reservations that are supposed to be a list of names they've cataloging for those who are to enter heaven. Charlie Morningstar, I'm not seeing you on my list here. That's so odd. Peter mumbled out in confusion. Our dad set up a meeting with the higher-ups. I say. He looks at us with awe. Peter says, try Lucifer. Morning, star. Charlie says we see realization in his face. At the mention of Dad's name. Oh, yeah, am I right? Are you sure you're in the right place? Because I think you might be a little lost. Peter says nervously. Peter nervously flies down from the desk to us. As Vaggie is unamused of St. Peter, crossing her arms in disappointment. Oh, here we go. Vaggie groans, no, we're here for a meeting. Charlie tries to explain. I frown at this and notice two flying figures. They land in front of us. St. Peter, we can take it from here. Greetings, daughter and son of the morning star. I am Sarah, the high seraphim of heaven. You are gifted to be here. Sarah says, wait, why did she look at me in shock and happiness? Hi. I'm Emily, the other seraphim, though you can call me M. Emmy, whatever you want, I go by whatever. Welcome to heaven. Emily giggles out. We all are following Sarah and Emily to our rooms. But I stop walk as I notice something. More like someone. She just walking down the street. I look around and walk to her quietly. She looks like the woman in the photos that father showed me of grandma. Excuse me. I say. She stops walking to look at me. Yes. She asks, do you by chance in knowing someone called Alastair? I ask. Her eyes widen and smiles softly at me. He's my son. What? She asks. I smile softly at that and hold my hand out to her. I'm his son. Call me Vincent. I say. Her eyes widen in shock and then she pulls me down to hold my face. I squeak like a RBB duck. Oh, you have his eyes. She coos out. I chuckle a bit as she let go and smiles up at me. Nice to finally meet you in person, Grandma. I say, me too. How is my son? Well, wait, do you know that he dash I start in hell? She says, and you're okay with that? I ask in confusion. Oh, definitely. As long as he's safe, I don't mind, she says. Ding, she's so chill about this. Well then. Father is himself always smiling. I say, I'm glad. she hums happily Vincent. Charlie shouts, looks like I need to go. I sigh out, grandma chuckles and nods. She tiptoes to kiss my cheek before wave me by and walking away. I blink and smile. I vanish and reappear next to Emily. Sorry, got distracted, I say, oh it's fine. Charlie says, speaking of Vincent. This is your room, Sarah says, huh? Thank you, I say. With that, I enter and flop onto the bed. I hope the meeting goes well. Hopefully. A few hours later, me, Charlie and Vaggie are sat down in a courtroom. Adam walks by on his way to his seat with loot. Me and Charlie eyes widen and we both groan. Oh no, not him again. We both say. Adam flies up and sits down beside Loot. What up, baby? Saw that you went to my manager. Low blow, Karen. Adam says, oh shut up, Adam. I sigh out. We are gathered here today to determine whether or not a soul in hell can be redeemed into the heavenly realm via means of this has-been hotel. Princess and Prince Morningstar. Sarah says, it's Charlie's idea for this, ma'am. I'm here for support and assistance. I say, very well, Princess Morningstar. Sarah says softly, thank you, Seraphim. Webster's dictionary defines redemption as dash. Charlie starts off, objection, lame and unoriginal. Adam says boredly. My eye twitches at that, and I glare at him. He smirks at me and mouths, there's a few surprises for you at the end. What the F does that mean? Sustained. No further dictionary references, please. Sarah says, right, Charlie mumbled out. I frown to see Charlie shuffles through her cards, looking nervous. If you have actual evidence, then show it already. Adam sighs out, we have a patron right now who is making incredible progress. Charlie says. Me and Vaggie look at each other nervously. Angel. Adam asks, Angel Dust. Charlie says proudly, oh yeah, the pawn demon. He's totally worth being redeemed. Adam says sarcastically, can I ask, how do you know Angel? I ask her, well, none of your business. Adam says. Me, Charlie, and Vaggie deadpan at him. Well, if you know so much, what do you think it takes to get into heaven? Charlie asks, good question. WWL. Adam panics out, is everything okay, Adam? Sarah asks, give me a minute, okay? Adam mutters out. We watch him groan and mutter while writing something on a piece of paper, and then the said piece of paper appear in Vaggie hands. Act selfless, don't steal, stick it to the man. Are you serious? Vaggie reads in shock. That sure got me here, didn't it? Right, Sarah? Adam says nervously, he was the first human soul in heaven. Sarah sighs out, right? I say, well, I bet Angel is doing all of those things right now. Charlie says, then let's see it, bruh. Adam says. We see a spying orb appears in the middle of the courtroom. Your Honor, may I present Exhibit A? Charlie says. We see the orb showing us the group in a nightclub. Isn't this place the best? Orb Cherry cheers. I'll admit, Consent is a good name for a sec club. Orb Husk groans out. We see that Orb Nifty is still somehow cleaning and Orb Pentious is looking at her quietly. Nifty dear, what are you doing? Orb Pentious asks, I'm sweeping. Ugh, look how icky it is in here. Orb Nifty complains, that's because we're at a club, dear. Orb Pentious explains, oh, I thought the hotel looked different. Nifty says. Me, Charlie, and Vaggie shake our heads at Nifty fondly. We watch as Orb Pentious leans over to Orb Cherry. Ms. Baum, I'd like to buy you a drink. Orb Pentious asks, he has a crush on Cherry. That's cute yet funny. But didn't you say we're arch rivals? Orb Cherry asks, because I'm buying everyone a drink. Orb Pentious says to the whole club. I facepalm at that. Free drinks. I love alcohol. The Orb crowd cheers happily. Good, I need a drink after today. You know, Val, he's into this waterboarding SHT now. I don't know, it's a K&K. Orb Angel groans out. I lean to Vaggie ear. Remind me to beat this out of Valentino. I whisper, noted. She hums out. I nod and lean back. Angel, enough with the Val talk. He already ruined your whole day, don't let him ruin your night too. Holds out 3 pills here, take one of these and you won't be worrying about nothing. Orb Cherry says I frown at that. Cherry. Just why? Here we go. Orb Husk sighs out, oh look. The drunk sobered up long enough to judge us. Orb Cherry sasses out, I ain't the one trying to get into heaven. Look, you want to F up all your progress. Be my guest. I just thought you were better than that. Orb Husk sighs out, thanks, Captain Buskill. Come on, Angie, let's get fed up. It's been too long. Orb Cherry happily says, I don't know, it's been a long night and I don't need to go too wild. Orb Angel sighs out me, Vaggie, Charlie, and Orb Husk look pleased about that. I saw something at the corner of my eye. I look to see some Seraphim and Archon watching everything. I shrug it off for now. Come on, Beach. If you've really been working that hard, you deserve a little R&R, some THC, or maybe PCP with DMT. F it, let's see where the night takes us. Orb Cherry asks Orb Pensius slithers back into frame holding shots. Yes. Orb Angel sighs out. Cherry, I bought you a shot. B because I bought everyone another shot. Hooray. Orb Pensius chuckle out, yeah. Another drink. I love alcohol. Orb Crowd cheers. We see Orb Angel grab one and drinks it. I frown at that. So close. F it, let's do it. Orb Angel says me, Orb Husk, Vaggie and Charlie sigh at that. Heavenly people, what more do you need to see? The Pawn Star chose a night of debauchery. That's not a soul worthy of being in heaven. Adam smirks out, objection? Are you really telling me you've never had a drink with friends at the end of a hard day? Charlie asks, we don't have hard days. It's Fing Heaven Beach. You seriously gonna sit there and pretend like this behavior is okay? Adam sasses out. Charlie growls and I stand up to hold her shoulders while glaring at Adam. We see him look at Vaggie. What do you think? Adam asks her, I have to go to the bathroom. Vaggie stutters out. We watch her run out the courtroom. Me and Charlie watch her in confusion. What? Vaggie, can you hold it? Angel will make good decisions, come on. We have to keep watching. Please. Charlie begs, yeah, I don't know. Sarah sighs out, yeah, let's give him a chance. Emily begs, okay, Emily is one of my favorite angels. Very well, the court will allow it. Sarah agrees reluctantly, F.E. Charlie starts. I cover her mouth. She means, thank you ma'am. I say, at least a morning star knows manners. Sarah says. I glare at her with Charlie and we all look back at the orb. Orb Cherry walks into frame with 5 shots, round 12, modhalves. Heels are coming off. Orb Cherry cheers. She sets the shots down on the table and hands them out to Orb Husk, Orb Angel and Orb Pensius. Ho ho yeah. Keep 'em comin'. Come on right here. Come right here to daddy. Orb Angel cheers. Oh, it's wonderful to have friends. Orb Pensius hums happily. We see Orb Nifty reaches across the table trying to reach her shot glass. Everything's spinny. Orb Nifty drunkenly says, oh no. Poor Nifty, I think you're done, Tiny. Orb Angel chuckles out, so. Gimme gimme gimme. Orb Nifty whines, oh come on Beach. She can handle a little more. Orb Cherry states, she's like 10 pounds soaking wet and where'd she go? Orb Angel says. We watch as Orb Nifty is shoving other patrons' drinks into a sack. WF, F. Orb Drunk Demon says, dirty, dirty? Make it clean. Orb Nifty chants. Me and Charlie shake our heads at this. Demon it, Nifty. Sorry fellas, here, next one's on me. Nifty. Abra Angel panics out. Orb Nifty's digging through a supply closet. Chlorine. Bleach. Orb Nifty says happily, Angie, the F you doin'? You're supposed to be relaxin', not playin' nanny. Orb Cherry asks, look, she ain't used to this scene, I just don't want her to end up in the gutter like I used to. Orb Angel states, oh wow, he is looking out for Nifty. Whatever, nerd, just catch up when you're done. Orb Cherry laughs out. We see Orb Angel picks up a laughing Orb Nifty. Stop. Can't take the nif. Why you been such a mess? Orb Angel says, oh no. The mess. Orb Nifty cries out, oh, it's hey, calm down. You ain't a mess, it's fine. Shoo. Hey, you wanna play with the kitty? Orb Angel panic out. I smirk at the kitty part. Poor Husk. Yeah. Orb Nifty snuffles out. We see Orb Angel puts Nifty on Husk's head while she giggles about it. Husk looks surprised, but that turns to annoyance. The F is this? Orb Husk asks. She's wasted. Just go with it. Orb Angel shrugs out. Really? Get the... Orb Husk sighs. Wow, I can tell he is fed up with life now. We see Orb Pensius trying to flirt with Orb Cherry, but he gets dragged by the crowd. I snort at that. I might help him with his little crush of his. Keyword is might. Orb Cherry walks to Orb Husk and Orb Angel. You know, we can do this thing SHT every effing night. You don't have to spend all your off hours working on yourself, you little beach. Orb Cherry says, the hotel isn't a problem in his life, it's dash. Orb Husk says, Valentino. Orb Angel hisses out, wait. SHT, that thing moth is at the club. I noticed Vaggie walk to me and watches this with us. Exactly. So why don't you dash? Orb Husk comes out. No, Valentino. Orb Angel snarls out. We see Orb Valentino at a large sofa bench talking with some female demons. Why am I not surprised? Yeah, I'm here all the time, they know me. You're gorgeous. Do you need a job? How many PPS can you SCK? Ooh, I could make you a star. Orb Valentino coos out, God, I want to vomit. Let's get the F out of here, huh? Come on. Orb Angel states they went to leave, but Orb Angel noticed something. Where's Nifty? Orb Angela asks. They all start look around for her. Pawn Star. Okay, yup, bring me another drink or I'll thing kill you. Orb Valentino says. We see Orb Nifty is seen running towards Valentino. Oh, for F's sake, I say, bad boy. Nifty giggles out. I said I'll thing kill you and I will. Orb Val states coldly, excuse me. Pardon me. Get out of my way. Orb Angel says in panic. Orb Angel tumbles onto the platform and grabs Orb Nifty, who is still running in midair as Orb Angel holds her. This got Orb Valentino attention. Oh no. Holy SHT Angel Dust. What are you doing here, baby? You didn't get enough PP today. Orb Val smirks out, funny. Orb Angel strained out. Who's this Chiquita? You bringing me fresh meat? Orb Val asks, okay, I'm gonna kill him now. We see Orb Nifty attempts to bite Valentino's finger and he yelps. I just want a taste. Orb Nifty whines, weird, but there's a K&K for that, I'm sure. Orb Val hums out, gross. Orb Angel stands up, still holding Orb Nifty. F off, Val. Orb Angel says my, and Charlie jaw drops at that. I see Vaggie looks shocked but turns into a smirk. Holy, excuse me. Orb Val asks in anger, I said F off. I may have to put up with your bullshit, but you ain't effin' with any of my friends. Orb Angel growls out. Orb Val summons his red smoke chain and grabs Orb Angel with it, pulling him close. You forget who you're talking to. I own you, bitch. Orb Val snarls out. Yeah, you do in the studio. And you can do anything you want to me there, just like our deal says. But out here, I get to do what I want. So once again, off. Orb Angel snaps. Orb Val smacks Orb Angel, sending him tumbling to the side onto the ground. BLD seeping out of Angel mouth. I growl as my antlers grow in size, but Charlie hugs me, trying to calm me down. Enjoy the rest of your night, beach, because I'm going to enjoy making you pay for it tomorrow. Orb Val growls out, effin' head. Orb Cherry growls out, fingreed with you, Cherry. Nobody hits my best friend and gets away with it. I really need to make a kill plan just for Valentino. We see Orb Angel stands up and walks back to his friends while wiping BLD from his mouth. F it. It was worth it. Orb Angel sighs out. Orb Husk smiles and puts a hand on Orb Angel's back as they walk off. Wait, Husk just smiled. I pull my phone out to take a photo of that. Hee blackmail. Way to go, kid. Orb Husk says. We see Orb Nifty appears tearing off a part of Valentino's fur. I tried to hold in my laughter at that. What the F? Orb Val yelps out, for my collection. Wait up, guys. Orb Nifty says, did you just call these CNTS your friends? Thought that was my job. Orb Cherry whines out, there's room for everyone and you know. You could come crash with us too. Orb Angel suggests, okay, look, Angie, I'm glad this hotel is working for you, but you know me, beach, I'm doing just fine. In fact, I'm gonna F the next guy I see. But if you need me, you know where to find me. Orb Cherry explains understanding. We see Orb Pentious appear looking exhaustion and went to loom for Cherry, but she vanished into a sec room. The orb turns off. He did everything on your checklist. He was selfless, he stopped Nifty from stealing and he stuck it to that Mothman. Charlie says, Then why isn't he here then? Adam asks, yeah, why isn't he here? Emily asks curiously. Me and Charlie notice something and we both look at each other silently before looking everyone. None of you know what gets someone into heaven. Me and Charlie asks, this questioning stops now. We know when a soul arrives, we know when they pass divine judgment, it is our job to ensure these souls are safe. Sarah states wait. What the F? But she was right, Sarah she showed us a soul can improve. Emily sings we watch her fly up and shows the orb with the scene of Angel defying Valentino. He saw the light, Sarah checked all the boxes that you said would prove a person deserves a second chance. Now we turn our backs, no second glance. Emily sings me and Charlie watch with wide eyes at Emily. She is on our side. It's not as simple as you think, not everything is spelled in ink. Sarah sings me and Charlie grit our teeth. It's not fair, Sarah. Charlie sings Vaggie holds our shoulders. Careful, Charlie, Vincent, keep a cool head. Vaggie says we pulls away and looks at Sarah. Don't you care, Sarah? That just because someone is dead it doesn't mean they can't resolve to change their ways. Turn the page, escape infernal blaze. Me and Charlie sings. I'm sure you wish it could be so, but there's a lot that you don't know. Sarah sings. What are we even talking about? Some crackware who fed up already. He blew his shot, like the PPS in his mouth. Lute sings we watch her shiver her maskin while Adam smirks at us. This discussion is senseless and petty. Lute sings both Adam and Lute fly up in front of Charlie and I, before flying over to and landing on the orb. There's no question to be posed, he's unholy. Case closed. Did you forget that hell is forever? Lute and Adam sings, a man only lives once, we'll see you in 1 month. Adam sings he flies off of the orb and gets closer to us, pushing me away from Charlie, landing on my arse. I growl and get up to see Charlie getting angry and briefly turns into her full demon form. Oh no. Gotta say, I can't wait to. Adam sings, Adam. Sarah panics out, come down and exterminate you. Adam sings, wait. Emily shouts. Adam says, what are you saying? Let me get this straight. Emily sings she flies down and lands in front of the orb, which now displays a silhouette of an exorcist standing among frames, staring sadly. She looks at everyone. You go down there and kill those poor souls. Emily sings I teleport to Charlie's side again and we look at her in shock. You didn't know. We ask whoops. Adam says, guess the cat's out of the bag. Lute sings what's the big deal? Adam asks, Sarah, tell me that you didn't know. Emily begs, I thought, since I'm older it's my load to shoulder. Sarah sings. Emily whimpers out. Sarah flies down to Emily and takes her hands. You have to listen, it was such a hard decision, I wanted to save you. The anguish it takes to do what was required. Sarah sings, to think that I admired you. Emily sings. Emily tugs out of Sarah's grip and flies upwards. Well, I don't need your condescension, I'm not a child to protect. Emily sings. She turns in the air and questions Sarah directly, before she lands in front of the orb next to me and Charlie. Was talk of virtue just pretension? Was I too naive to expect you to heed the morals you're purveying? Emily sings. Me and Charlie smirk at that. That's what the F we've been saying. Me and Charlie sings. My wings appear. Me and Emily grab Charlie hands, then we fly onto the orb. If hell is forever, then heaven must be a lie. Me, Charlie and Emily sings, Emily. Sarah yells in shock. If angels can do whatever and remain in the sky, me, Charlie and Emily sings. We fly off the orb and move out of the way, showing an exorcist murdering a demon. I snarl at that. The rules are shades of gray when you don't do as you say, when you make the wretched suffer just to kill them again. Me, Charlie and Emily sings. We see that the members of the court are shown to be horrified. I keep my wings out as I see Charlie look at Vaggie. I was told not to trust in angels. Charlie says, by her. Adam asks. Lute leans on Vaggie's shoulder. I raise an eyebrow. She should know. Lute laughs out. Vaggie walks over to us and holds our hands. We should go. Vaggie begs. We our hands pull away. Don't you see? We've come so close. Look at them. Fighting. They're at each other's throats. Charlie and I say, don't you act all high and mighty. Did you ever think your little girlfriend might be a liar? Damn, says to Charlie. Adam walks through the gap between Charlie and Vaggie and approaches the orb. Don't, Adam, please. Vaggie begs, what's the fuss? Why hide the fact that you're an angel just like us? Adam sing. Our eyes widen in shock. Charlie falls to her knees in disbelief as Vaggie runs to her and Emily settles back by Sarah. I stood there looking at Vaggie. I'm sorry, but this court finds that there is no evidence souls in hell can be redeemed. Sarah sighs out, oh if yes. I win. SCKIT beaches. You better save the date, Sinus, 'cause we're coming to your hotel first. Adam cheers. Adam snaps his fingers, reopening the portal to hell. What? You can't dash me, and Charlie shouts. Mother, if you dash, Vaggie shouts. Charlie and Vaggie get thrown toward the portal. I went to fly after them, but I crash. He ground and yell out as someone knee digs into my back. I feel a hand hold my head down. Feeling a chain wrap around my wrist and neck. Charlie and Vaggie eyes widen at this. Vincent. Charlie screams in utter fear. I struggle to look up at Charlie tearful and terrified face as portal closes. No. She screams. The portal vanishes. Izuku, Adam, Lute and everyone who isn't a seraphim or archangel, please leave, Sarah says, but, fine. Adam whined. I watch them all leave and new people enter. I grit my teeth and I see Adam smirking at me before leaving. I hiss in pain as the knee digs deeper into my back. A bright light appears and I see who it is. I noticed everyone bows and Emily looks confused and worried about me. Michael, sit him up, the four-eyed man asks. Of course, father, he says. I yelp as I get pulled up onto my knees. I growl at the now named Michael. To later shut up at the sight of him. He looks like Dad. That means the four-eyed man is. Good. So, my grandpa. My eyes widen in realization. He noticed and smiles at me. Seems you realize who I am, he says. Sir, why is Vincent here and chained up? Emily asks in worry. Grandpa grips my chin and I look up at him. You was meant to be in heaven, but got reincarnated as my grandson. He says, I strained out, Kazuyagi. Or Vincent mornings. Grandfather chuckles. I pale as he lets go of my face and crosses his arms. What do you want? I ask. I hiss as Michael grips my hair. Azrael chuckles and leans on the railing of his booth. Isn't it obvious, my dear nephew? He hums out. Wait, what? I watch Grandpa pull out something and forces me to drink it. Michael lets me go as I feel pain rush through my body. I fall and wither in pain. Vincent. Emily shouts in shock. What the F did you do? I snap in pain. Just something to turn you into an angel. Grandfather says. My eyes widen as I suddenly roar demonically in pain. The whole room shakes, shocking everyone. I collapse, fully passing out. I open my eyes to see a black void but with two figures. One is my demon form and the other is my angel version of me. What? I stutter. DMN, I haven't stuttered in years. Seems like you have to pick between us. Angel me sighs out. The fat? Just pick me. We've been like this for years. Demon me says, but don't you want a chance to be here with your family? Angel me asks. I stayed silent for a moment. But hell is my home. I say, but so is heaven, is it? Angel me says, don't say that name. I shouted in anger. This shuts everyone up. I slump down, griping my hair tightly. I look at them both as the idea forms in my head. I smirk and grab them both. Huh, what the F? Demon me shouts, what's are you doing? Angel me asks, I'm going to have the both of you. I smirk out. This shocks them as they both get absorbed into me. Michael POV. I watch as my nephew lays limp on the ground. His wings laying limp as well. I got a close look at his face and noticed the similarities of Lucifer. Our eyes widen to see a archangel halo appear on his head. Father smiles happily at this while Emily watches in horror. Just to double check, Michael? Father says. I nod and summon a dagger out and cut Vincent cheek to show. Golden B. Wonder Dash, father starts saying happily. Suddenly, Vincent's body explodes into flames, causing me to back up as we all stare in shock. We hear a demonic laughter. You should know. You can't just simply change the next king of hell like that, Vincent says demonically. The flames vanish to show Vincent. Me and Emily noticed his full demon and angel form. He slams his mic staff down, causing a shockwave hitting us all but Emily. We yell in shock as we watch him release fire from his mouth. He slams his staff down again and chains wrap around and pinning us down. I see father looking panicked and struggling. How strong is my nephew? Vincent bursts into flames and the chains vanish from us all. Lucifer POV. I just got off the phone with Charlie. She told me everything that happened at the meeting. I pace around my room in panic till I hear a thud behind me. I quickly turn to see Vincent unconscious on the floor. My eyes widen and I rush to him and hold him up to see golden BLD on his face. Vincent! I shouted. I hold his face to my chest as I watch him lay limp, breathing heavily. Oh Vincent! What did they do to you? I kiss his head softly. I hear him groan and his eyes open up at me. Dad. He says, sure, what happened? SK softly. He stayed silent as I watch his form shift to show me a halo. My eyes widen and it turns dark. They tried but they can't get rid of the demon in me. He smirks out tiredly. The halo vanishes and I sigh in relief. I slide his hair softly. Rest, son. You need it, I say softly. He just nods and falls asleep in my arms. I pick him up and lay him on my sofa and slide his head some more. Those F-airs will pay for this. I grab my phone and call Charlie. She picks up instantly. Dad. She says, Charlie, your brother is okay. He's with me. I say, really? She says in shock, really? Haven't done something to him but he'll be fine. He's resting now, I say. She whispers, I'll let him explain to you later. I sigh quietly, oh okay. When he wakes up, send him to Cannibal Town, she says, sure. I say with that I hang up and face my son. To see him hugging my duck pillow I have. I chuckle at that and take a photo of it and save it as my home screen wallpaper. Charlie POV. I just turn my phone off, sighing in relief that Vin is safe and sound with Dad. Alastair skirted me into a shop called Rosie's Emporium. I look around the shop to see it's crowded as heck. Well, who hasn't thought about eating their first husband? I certainly would have if he didn't taste so bad. I tell you what, you bring old tall dark and armless to me, and I'll straighten him right out, okay sweetie? Gives her card. Now here's my card. Notices Alastair. Oh my stars. Do my eyes deceive me? Alastair. Alastair. Where have you been? These halls really lost some of their sparkle without your lively presence. And notices me. Oh. Who's this you brought with you? Come now Alastair, she's much too young for you. I'm just kidding. I know you're an ace in the hole. The demoness says happily, what now? Alastair asks in confusion, but where are your manners, mister? Introduce us, why don't you? The demoness says, yes. Charlie, this is Rosie, the most darling, delightful and dangerous overlord this side of the pentagram. Alastair says, wow, never hear Alastair compliment someone that's not Vin. Oh, always such a charmer. Rosie says, and Rosie, it's my pleasure to introduce you to Princess Charlie Morningstar, daughter of Lucifer. Alastair says. I wave nervously at her. Oh well, isn't this a regal surprise? You're Vincent's sister. Rosie says, huh, you know Vin? I ask, of course. He come down here almost every day. Helps supply us with food and such. She says happily, wow. Rosie then pushes me to her desk. Come in. Come in. Can I offer you something to eat? I'm sure I have a leg around here or something. Oh, what am I thinking? Small thing like you. You're probably watching your figure. How about some nice pinky fingers instead? Rosie states happily. I see her show me a collection of fingers. I grim at that. How can Vin eat that? No, thank you. I say politely, oh look at you. So polite like your brother. Alastair, you could learn a thing. 2-inch Rosie says. She then proceeds to take me to a table with 2 chairs. She sits her down on one of them and she sits on the one across from her. Alastair walks up to Rosie. Well, sit down. Sit down. Tell Auntie Rosie what she can do for you. You know, 𝐼𝐼laster. I got a primo connect on a guy with about 8 blocks of territory and not enough goons to run it. Prime pickings for a deal to be made, my friend. Rosie says, appreciate the offer, but we're here on business of another kind. 𝐼𝐼laster explains, well, don't keep me in suspense. I'm a very busy woman. Rosie says. I shake my head and sigh before looking at her. Well, as you know, the extermination is coming early. It'll be here in a month, and they're coming for my hotel and my friends first, and I start to explain, we need your help. Well, your cannibals help at least, to fend off the attack. 𝐼𝐼laster finishes for me. She looks at us quietly and puts her cup down. Wow. When you ask a favor you don't start small, do you, Your Highness? Oh, now, don't fret. I didn't say I wouldn't help. But I assume there's more to this plan than a bunch of unarmed cannibals. She asks, oh, your people will be far from helpless when we're done with them. And by the end they will be able to eat their fill. 𝐼𝐼laster states, well, in that case, sure. Why not? Rosie hums out. This shocked me. Really? I ask, what can I say? I like your moxie, girl. And old 𝐼𝐼laster has never done me wrong before. She says happily, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I say happily. The door opens and we all look to see a clearly exhausted Vincent, who is rubbing his head when he forgot to duck under the door frame. He yelled, Vin. I say happily. I jump to him and hug him tightly. He groans and hugs me back. Managed to get back to hell, son. 𝐼𝐼laster hums out. Those airs couldn't hold me up in that hole for long. He growls out. He sighs and ruffles my head before facing Rosie with a soft smile. Hey, Auntie, he says, Vincent, you have grown. She coos out, but never mind. He sighs out. I grab Vin's hand and we follow Rosie out to a section of Cannibal Town. Who is holding a megaphone? Cannibals and cannibettes, assemble in the square. Rosie says Izuku. Rosie walks with Charlie to the stage as Father holds my shoulder and we follow them. What happened in heaven? Father asks. I met Grandma. I say. Father eyes widen and looks at me in the eyes. What'd she say? He asks. Grandma is happy to meet me. And she is happy that you're doing well for yourself and she misses you. I say. I see him relax at that and smiles softly. I smile inside, hug him. He shakes his head at me. I laugh softly. Now, darling, you know I would do anything for my clients, but I can't exactly command all of Cannibal Town to follow someone else into battle. Now, don't get me wrong, they love carnage and bloodshed, but to get this group into line, you got to win him over. Settle in. Settle in. Important meeting. Rosie says. The cannibals form a crowd around the stage. I see Charlie looking nervous. I walk to her and hold her shoulder. Look, it's Prince Vincent. A cannibal says, Vincent. They chant. I sweat drop at them and chuckle a bit, but Rosie and Father just laughs. But how do I? Charlie went to asks with sparkle. Razzmatazz. And that oh so appealing moxie of yours. Rosie says, shouldn't be a problem. It's not like you've ever failed to inspire before. Father hums out. Charlie groans as she walks on stage. I follow after her. Now, fair warning. This group sticks together. So in order to convince any of them, you'll need to convince all of them. And there's one in particular. Rosie strains out, 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲. Father groans, Susan, who's a bit of an. Rosie grumbles, ornery old beach. Father adds on. She's tough, but win her over and the rest will be easy as pie. Ready? Rosie states, I guess. Charlie sighs out. I frown. Susan is a fing beach and a Karen. However, she loves me and always gives me shoulder and eyeball cupcakes. Sis, if you need me to, I'll help you out, I say. Hee, thanks Vin. This is why I want you to take the throne. You're better at this than I am. Charlie says, Charlie. Well, help each other whenever we can. Okay. Now try and persuade Susan. I say. I pat her head and she laughs softly at me as I tilt my head with a derpy smile. Like how Dad does when he tries to be innocent. Everyone, we have a very special, very royal guest this evening. Please put your bloody hands together for Princess Charlie. Rosie says. Charlie smiles awkwardly and waves at the crowd. Bo, bring Rosie back, heck bring Vinny back. Susan shouts. I rub my neck sheepishly. While I see Charlie look at us. Rosie and father looks annoyed by her. Susan. Charlie asks Susan. Me, Rosie and father say, sorry. Okay, my name's Charlie and… Charlie laughs out nervously. I see a arm flying at Charlie by Susan. But I caught it and start eating it. Charlie shakes her head at me. I shrug and break the arm into 3 pieces and give a piece to Rosie and father. They smile and we all eat our piece. Well, I run this hotel with my part. Well, someone and… Wait, let me start over. Angels are coming to kill us all and we need help defending our realm. So we thought, we need your help with your assistance. We can make a stand for I have a dream and I… Charlie tries to say, boo. Get off the stage, you blue BLD beach. We don't give a SHT about some hotel. Leave before I eat those big butt eyes of yours. Get off. Where's the showmanship? Where's all the finesse? Thing mediocre. Susan interrupts her, F you old beach. Charlie shouts in anger, ODMN. I grab Charlie and pull her away, while the cannibal crowd gasps in shock. We'll be back after a brief intermission. Rosie says to the crowd, and insists. I say, sorry. This is why you're better at this, Charlie whimpers, sis. Let's do this together. I say. She looks at me and nods her head. Rosie take Charlie to talk to her privately. I summon my mic and walk forward. Hello, cannibals. I say, Vincent. They cheer, while Rosie helps deal with my sister. What do you all want me to do in the meantime? I ask, sing. A group of teenage female cannibal asks. The rest of the crowd agrees. I laugh and face father, who nods and summons instruments. If you insist, I say. I got ready and hold my mic to my mouth. This is not the way into my heart, into my head, into my brain, into none of the above. This is just my way of unleashing the feelings deep inside of me, this spark of black that I seem to love. We can get a little crazy just for fun, just for fun. Don't even try to hold it back. Just let go, tie me up and take me over till you're done. Till I'm done, you got me fiending and I'm ready to blow. I sing, I snap my finger as everywhere glows red, green and gold. I lick my sharp teeth. Push up to my body, sink your teeth into my flesh, get undressed. Taste the flesh, bite into me harder. Sink your teeth into my flesh, pass the test. Taste the flesh, hold me up against the wall, give it, till I beg, give me some more, make me bleed. I like it rough, rough, push up to my body. Sink your teeth into my flesh, hold my hands above my head and push my face into the bed. 'Cause I'm a screamer, baby. Make me a mute. You put your hand upon my neck and feel the pulse beat. Beat, beat, beat. It's like a trigger getting ready to shoot. Wanna wrestle with me, baby? Here's a sneak little peek. You can dominate the game. 'Cause I'm tough, I don't play around that often. When I do, I'm a freak, so you'd better believe I like it rough. Push up to my body. Sink your teeth into my flesh, get undressed. Taste the flesh, bite into me harder. Sink your teeth into my flesh, pass the test. Taste the flesh, hold me up against the wall, give it, till I beg, give me some more, make me bleed. I like it rough, rough. I sing, I see father smiling and dances with me. I see the crowd singing along and dancing. Push up to my body, sink your teeth into my flesh, hold me down and make me scream, lay me on the floor, turn me on and take me out, make me beg for more. Push up to my body, sink your teeth into my flesh, get undressed. Taste the flesh, bite into me harder. Sink your teeth into my flesh, pass the test. Taste the flesh, hold me up against the wall, give it, till I beg, give me some more, make me bleed. I like it rough, rough. Push up to my body, sink your teeth into my flesh, push up to my body, sink your teeth into my flesh, get undressed. Taste the flesh, bite into me harder. Sink your teeth into my flesh, pass the test. Taste the flesh, hold me up against the wall, give it, till I beg, give me some more, make me bleed. I like it rough, rough. Push up to my body, sink your teeth into my flesh, push up to my body, sink your teeth into my flesh, get undressed. Taste the flesh, bite into me harder. Sink your teeth into my flesh, pass the test. Taste the flesh, hold me up against the wall, give it, till I beg, give me some more, make me bleed. I like it rough, rough. Push up to my body, sink your teeth into my flesh. I sing, the whole crowd cheers and I see Charlie and Rosie walk up smiling at me. I bow and step back. I gave them a little pick-me-up, so to say. I joke out, thanks Vin. You're the best, she says, Do you still want me to help you? I ask. Yes. Like you said, we'll do everything together, she says. I smile and I see father give her his microphone. Me and Charlie link arms with our mics in hand. Have you ever wanted something that was so clear in your mind that you could taste it? Charlie sings, you mean like human flesh? Susan asks, you, sort of, Charlie says nervously, it's a feeling like a rumbling in your gut that you could finally be faced with a billion needy faces. We guess what we're mean to say is for the first time in our lives we might have to be ready for this, ready to be the one who's leading from the front. Me and Charlie sings, gotta come into my own. Charlie sings, gotta come into my throne. I sing, gotta take charge and defend our only home. Me and Charlie sings, and although I kinda feel unsteady now, I need to be ready for this. Charlie sings. I smile happily at her as we both march into the crowd. Have you ever felt like you're willing to die to save the people of your city? Charlie sings, by die, you mean use my teeth to rip flesh apart? Susan asks, that's a start. Me and Charlie say, 'cause right now, we need a leader and it seems to me that destiny has picked Vin to be that. Charlie sings. My heart warms up at that and I smile more. If you'll permit us, so who's with us? I sing, wouldn't it be super to see more of hell? Join up now if you like travel. Come on boys, hop in the saddle. Lot of sights to see en route to my hotel, not to mention the camaraderie. Yes siree, you'll form life-changing friendships with the folks along the way. Me and Charlie sings, and feast on all the angels you can eat. Father and I sing, okay. Charlie chuckles out, free food. I'm in. The cannibals say, that's the spirit, and loyal cannibals. I say. They all cheer. It's time now to act. They're on the attack. The cannibals sing. Father takes his microphone back and Rosie hands Charlie a parade stick. I smile as me and her march at the front of the cannibals. When they move to strike, we will fight, biting back. We'll follow your lead. We're eager to feed. We'll sharpen our teeth for the heavenly feast. From this moment on, you can count on us to be resolute and ravenous. Our appetites are whet and we're set to seize the day. So I say, oh hey, come join the flesh buffet. The cannibal sings, well, that's a little violent, can we tone it down? Charlie says, no can do sis. When they have their mind set, they won't stop till they have a taste. I say, oh, don't be put off by their snarlin', that's enthusiasm darlin'. Rosie sings, agreeing with me, they just seem a little murdery right now. Charlie says, don't worry, honey, that's their thing, keep singing. Rosie says happily, we're super duper grateful to have you folks aboard. Rosie and Charlie sings, can't wait to taste an angel's wings. The cannibals sing, oh, Lord. Charlie sighs out, 2 cannibals pick her up. I smirk and summon my wings to fly next to her. For the first time in my life, maybe I can be ready for this, can be the marshal leading the parade. I can come into my own, and I think I've always known my destiny could never be postponed. When Adam brings the battle here, I must appear like I'm ready for this. Me and Charlie sings, they're dancing along, they're singing their song. Rosie sings happily, surprised. Why, I knew they could do it all along. Father sing, I hear that, and I smile at father. They're bound to pass the test as princess and prince of hell like their daddy. There is madly powerful. Rosie and father sings, they're filled with potential that I could guide. Father says, I concur. Rosie adds, stick with them, you'll be on the winning side. Rosie and father sing, for the first time in our lives we know that we are ready for this. We all sing, we'll show heaven a fight they won't forget. Rosie sings happily, it's time to take a stand. Everyone sings, it is time to lend a hand. Cannibals, huzzah! Against the angels and their deadly threat. Me, Charlie and cannibals sing, we cannot take it anymore. The time has come to go to war. Prepare to fight, we're ready for this. Everyone sings, I really hope that we're ready for this. Charlie sings to me, we are ready for this. I know it, I say. She smiles and hugs me as I pick her up from the cannibals. I hug her back. Love you, sis. I say, love you too, little brother. Charlie says. I hold her close as we lead the cannibal army to the hotel. We arrive. Otto see Vaggie is coming from the right with multiple crates of weapons. Vaggie looks at me in relief and smiles at me. Looks like you had a busy day. Vaggie says, you too. We both say, Charlie, Vaggie starts, hold that thought. I got you a souvenir from Cannibal Town. Charlie says. I shake my head and walk away from them for my phone to buzz. I look to see it's Luna. Dear Hellhound, Vin, Blitz wants to know if you're able to come to the Harvest Moon Festival tomorrow. I know you're busy with the prep thing for the Extermination Day. Princeyov goes, I can come. I let Charlie finish finalizing everything. Dear Hellhound, sweet. I'll tell Blitz that you're coming. I chuckle and turn my phone off. The next few days will be interesting, to say the least. Izuku I appear in flames at the Rough End Tumbleweed Ranch. Early. I hum and look around while wiping dust from my sleeve. Where is Blitz? I say to myself I see a van in the distance, and I shake my head at that. The ranch door opened, and 2 wrath imps walk out. They noticed me standing there. I smile at the 2 elder imps. Your Highness, what are you doing here? The female imp asks, well, I start just for the van to stop next to me and for Millie to jump out and hug the 2 imps. Took you long enough, Blitz, I say. Oh hush, I was getting those 2 and Luna, he says. I raise an eyebrow, and Luna appears next to me happily. I smile at her. Mama. Daddy. Millie shouts happily. Her father hugs her and spins her around before placing her down. That's cute to see. Yeah. How's my deadly little pumpkin spice doing? Millie Dad asks, I'm good, Pa. Thanks for letting us stay here for the Harvest Jamboree. Millie says. I look around the ranch. As Luna leans on my arm happily. It's no trouble. We know you aren't making as much anymore since y'all went freelance. Millie Mum says, freelance pays fine. We're doing fine. It's fine. Millie sighs out, anyway, y'all remember my husband Moxie? Millie asks. She shoves him forward and I can tell he looks nervous. But Moxie is always nervous. I notice disapproval looks on Millie parents' faces. Greetings, Lynn. How have you been, with all the flaming twisters and stuff around here? Moxie says nervously, we lost our old farmhand to one of them terrors last week. Millie Dad states, oh crumbs. My bad. I am so sorry. I didn't mean to open that wound. Sir. Moxie says, I hope I won't be like that when I meet my future in-laws, I say to Luna, my eyes pointing at Blitz. She noticed and blushes. Wait, how does that work? I shrug as she punches my shoulder. I just laugh till. Let's hope not. If you accept, she whispers. My eyes widen, and I blush a bit at that. I look away to pretend to not hear it. Hey, watch it. I'm there here, bucko. Blitz says, oh yeah. Y'all haven't met my boss Blitzo. And his hellhound. Millie says, I'm not just his hellhound. Luna growls, yeah, she's my daughter. Blitz says, only on paper. Luna states. Blitzo walks over to Millie's parents. I hum and drag Luna away. You know, I'm gonna be busy in the next few days, I say. Yeah. Are you seriously trying to fight those shithead angels? She asks. Yep. I hum out. We stood there silently as we see Blitz happily talking to Millie parents, Moxie and Millie. Ah F it, Luna say, ha wadash. I say. She grabs my collar and pulls me down and kisses me. My eyes widen and I just melt into the kiss. I pull away for air and we stand silently as she lets go of my collar to wrap her arms around my neck. I wrap my arms loosely around her waist. But I say, really, just wow. She says, oh, I have more, my dear. Just have a feeling that Blitz will chase me with God knows what. I say. She shakes her head at that. So she starts, yes, I'll be your boyfriend, Luna. I chuckle out. Her eyes lit up and her tail wag. I smile at that. She lets go of me and drags me by the hand back to the others. You know, more battles were won by technological advances in warfare. I've researched the history of weaponry extensively, and it's inspiring how, for example, the progression of guns utilizing angelic technology has changed the landscape of Hell's combative. Moxie says. Millie makes a cut-it-out motion with her hands. Her dad crosses his arms. I sigh and rub my face while Luna shakes her head. We're fun. Moxie says awkwardly, guns get the job done. But a man ain't nothing if he can't tear the head off a hellish beast with only his bare hands. Millie Dad says wait. Millie mentioned their names to me once. What was it? Oh, Joe and Lynn. Huh. He's right, Moxie. You got cute little baby hands like your baby pages. Blitz says, speakin' of strong hands, y'all should meet our newest help. Striker. Joe says we hear black flaming hooves clop rapidly on the ground. The horse leaps over a fence. The horse rears up and roars in front of the group. Striker tips his hat in greeting, a stalk in his mouth. Great. Striker, I sigh out. Yeah, me and Striker have an interesting past. Starting off with him trying to kill me till I fought back, and now we have our moments of fighting rivalry and at times we injure each other. Well, howdy. Oh, looky here. You must be the famous Mildred. And oh, if it isn't it, my dear old friend Vincent, Striker says. Hello as well, Striker. I sigh out. What are y'all doing, so far away from Imp City and the Pentagram City? The free workin', finally slowin' down. Striker asks. Got invited and had nothing better to do, I answered. Oh no. Freelance isn't free. It's it. Never mind. We're just visitin' for the festival. The Prince Goetia is our boss boyfriend. Millie says, you mean? Stolas is going to be at the festival. I groan out. She nods and I rub my face. Luna shakes her head and rubs my back. I smile down at her softly. Millie, I am not above hitting a female in front of her daddy. Blitz says bitterly, boss. Oh, so you're the bold imp to start his own killing biz. Striker asks, yeah, well if you're good at something, you should probably capitalize. Blitz states, not many imps start businesses on their own. That's pretty impressive, sir. Striker says, oh. It is I guess it is, isn't it? Blitz says, so you even conned that ditzy blue blood into getting you to the surface. Striker states I shake my head at thought as we watch them shake hands. Well, it's long and complicated, but the short answer is yes. But he's not like, you know why we're not, like. We're not doing it. What's b? It's a transactional thing, you see. Blitz explains, gross. Luna sighs out quietly. I smirk and lean down to kiss her neck. She squeaks and glares at me with a blush on her face. I smirk and stand back up. You know, you boys should enter the pain games. Joe mentions we all look at him quietly when he mentioned that. I heard games. What games? I'm in. Blitz asks, every harvest festival, there's a competition to be the roughest, toughest BSTRD in Wrath. Lynn explained, wish I could play. Millie pouts out, Millie, you know you get too carried away. The last competition ended in 15 separate funerals. Lynn sighs out, I'm aware, but I only caused 9 of them. How come Sally May still gets to compete? Millie asks, your sister doesn't have a neighborhood head count. Lynn states, she so does. Millie groans out. Sally May carries a sack and a small imp drags an imp body in the background. I shake my head at that. It doesn't count if they don't find the body. Sally says in a sing-song voice. I smirk at that. She does have a point there. I would normally eat my victims. Still, you get to root for her and your brothers, and now you can cheer on your boss and possibly the young prince. Lynn says, I would, but I won't. Just to make things fair, I say, you know, she can also cheer for me. Moxie says at least he's trying to gain Millie family approval. Joe's wheezed out. Yeah, I can compete, can't I? Moxie asks. Lynn elbows him hard in the side. Moxie tears up in pain. I oof at that. I see Luna looks bored and starts playing with my hand. I smile at that. Cute. Sorry. But I don't think sensitive, thespian types would last very long in the games. Joe states, I was born here too. I have some fight in me. Moxie whines out. Striker puts a hand on Moxie's shoulder. Well then, little fella. Why don't you help me wrangle one of them hogs for dinner? Striker asks. We all look at the wrath hogs that are simply minding their own business. Simple. Watch me. Mox says, record this, my dear. I say, on it. Luna smirks out. She gets her phone out and hits record as Striker gives Moxie a dagger and a rope. Not with these. Bullets can't pierce the shell. You gotta get the knife underneath and pry yourself an opening. Striker states, oh, right. I knew that. Mox gulps out. Blitzo leans in toward Moxie and grabs his shoulders. Moxie's eyes twitch. Now, just remember, your rep with the in-laws is on the line here. So, no pressure at all. You totally will not make an butt of yourself in front of everyone important in your life. Go get them, Tiger. Blitz say while shoving Mox forward. Oh. Moxie squeaks out. Mox, you don't need to do this. Millie says loudly, oh, he totally does. Kick itis but Moxie. Yeeawa. Blitz shouts. Moxie enters the pen. He nervously walks forward, knife in hand. He leaps forward and wraps the rope around the hog's neck. He moves the knife down and it strikes harmlessly against the hog's hide. The hog roars and runs around, trying to buck Moxie off. I burst out laughing at that and smirk. Fia Moxie. Ride it Moxie. Make it that beach you won't call back in the morning. Blitz cheers. This is fing appealing. Luna smirks out. Not as appealing as you. I smirk. Vin, shut up. She shouts. I smirk down at her blushing form. Doing great Moxie. Send me that video later. Blitz says, then whispers. Blitz looks at our hands and looks up at me with a death glare. I roll my eyes at him, while Millie watches in concern as Moxie yelps and looks up. Stryker leaps and pushes him out of the way. Stryker twirls the dagger in his hand and lifts it in the air with a smug grin. He brings down the knife and slaughters the hog. My clavicle. Mox whines, don't worry, little one. You never stood a chance. Stryker smirks out. Stryker walks away with the dead hog over his shoulder. Moxie growls at him. Wow, that's a first for Moxie. Hey boss man, you want to help the men skin this thing for dinner? Stryker asks, oh, I am always down to skin the manly meat with the manly men. Blitz hums out, that's what she said? Luna smirks out. I chuckle at that comment. What, who said? Wait, what beach is talking such tea about me? Blitz asks, anyway, do you have anything like arms or a piece of shoulder? I ask Joe, I remember seeing you eat from our local cannibal restaurant. Let me have a look, Your Highness. Joe says, just call me Vin. I say softly. With that, everyone but Millie and Moxie leave for the house with the demon hog. I look at the two small imps quietly, shrugging, and follow Luna inside. Soon, we all arrive at the Harvest Moon Festival. Wally Wackford stands on stage with a microphone and speaks dramatically. Welcome, I say, welcome all to Rathe Ringze Annual Harvest Moon Festival. To kick things up, we have the great Prince Stolaze here to usher in this here Pain Games. Wally announced. Stolas takes the microphone from Wally Wackford. I sigh it, rub my face. Be right back, Luna. I need keep that bird in check. I say, okay. She hums happily. Wait, does this class is our first date? I think so. Anyway, I teleport next to Stolas and Wally, both looking at me in shock. The crowd of imps noticed me, and they cheer for me. Your Highness. What a surprise. Wally says, sure, I'm here to relax and have a date. But seems I need to keep this corny owl in check. I say this shocks everyone, and I see Luna blushing, her tail going crazy. Stolas smirks at me and I shake my head at him. I see all imps going crazy in their phones about me and a secret date. Hee, secret my arse. How kind, Wackford Vincent. Greetings, tiny Rathring imps. I hereby welcome you all to another year of celebrating the spoils of your LBR that continue to feed the citizens of hell. Stolas announced. The imps glare at him and boos are heard. I shake my head and kept an eye on Stolas. I'm happy to kick off the start of these games that will challenge the toughest imps to show their skill in demps. Good luck to you all. Especially that CC little one there. You, Blitzy. Stolas as I sigh and summon a RBB hammer, which has the word, stopping Stola's corny moments hammer of justice, on it, and I hit him with it. Stop being corny, Stolas. I say. He whines and pouts at me. I cross my arms at him as he turns back to the crowd to wave at Blitz. F me. Blitz groans out loud. I sigh and teleport back to Luna and hold her hand. Just as a gun goes off and the games begin. Moxie gets trampled with a yelp as the other imps race down the trail. Stryker climbs up a wooden ramp structure while Blitzo leaps down ahead of him. Moxie tries to catch up. He claws at the structure and falls into a small puddle. He gets chewed up and thrashed by a monstrous black and white shark. In the next shot, Stryker grins smugly at Blitzo, who has his legs, arms and horns tied behind him. A muscular imp holds a rope and grins at a scared Moxie. Stryker, Blitzo and Moxie team up in a tug-of-war match. Moxie falls into the water and the shark attacks him again. Next, we watch a wrestling match in the mud between Blitzo and Stryker. A group of imps do a football huddle on top of Moxie. The shark leaps over the fence and begins to elbow drop Moxie. Meanwhile, me and Luna are recording all of this. We both smirk at this. I say, for the first year ever, we have a tie for winner of the Harvest Moon Pain Games. Wally says, the winners are Striker and my darling Blitzy. Stola's announced. I throw the RBB hammer at Stola's face to shut him up. He yelps and huffs quietly at me. I roll my eyes at that as Luna hugs my arm happily. Just say my name right. F in pages. Blitz whined out. Blitzo walks onto the stage in frustration. Moxie and Millie watch from the wooden bleachers next to us. Alright. So, he has the physical advantage. I'm better at other things like singing. Moxie states, I'd like to take this opportunity to sing a quick song I wrote just now, about me Win Neen. Striker says we watch him pull a guitar out of nowhere. Oh, what the F? Moxie shouts, sweet victory. I smell the smell. From up in stinkin' heaven, to the rugged rocks of hell, sweet victory with everything I do with every talent, I'm so much more talented than you, Striker sings. Blitzo arrives with a slice of cheese on a stick and sits next to Moxie and Millie in the bleachers. Eats the cheese. Isn't this guy great? Blitz says with his mouth full, every time I push it and succeed. Striker sings false. Moxie shouts, it's gonna be nice workin' with him. Blitz says happily. Blitzo pours hot sauce on his cheese and takes another bite. We all look at him in working with him. What? Moxie shouts, every first attempt of every single deed. Striker sings in the background, yeah. I asked him if he wants to join. Blitz shrugs out, you asked? But Moxie says in a hurt voice. Moxie looks visibly hurt as Blitz looks at him in confusion. I'm totally the best. Striker sings, yeah, that's getting annoying now. Mox, I think you've had enough for now. Let's head back to the house and get you clean. Millie says to Moxie, the super cool me handsome guy. Moxie, go F yourself. Striker smirks out. Moxie tears up and leaves with Millie as Striker finishes his song. I groan at this as Luna drags me away as well, clearly getting bored of this. Did you hear something? It was just the wind. Striker says. I sigh as me and Luna turn a corner away from this chaos. I slump against a wall and rub my face. Luna pulls me to sit down on the ground and sits in my lap. I wrap my arms around her and hum quietly. Striker is a pain in the arse. I mumbled, seems like it. You okay? She asks, just stress mainly. I shrug out, let's just chill here while the other do whatever the F they're currently doing. Luna says. I nod as she gets off my lap to sit next to me and pulls me down so my head is laying on her lap. I sigh quietly and close my eyes as she strokes my head. We hear shouting and the other normal ht in hell. But we ignore it for now. This is nice. I sigh out, I'm glad. Hey, if you do survive the stupid extermination CRP, there's this thing that most hellhounds and other demons go to. Tex invited me to it. Wanna go with me? She asks, when? I ask, 3 or 4 months from now. She says, sure. Sounds like a date. But after that, I'll be very busy on Earth. I say, I can visit you on Earth when I can. She says. I smile at that as she peck my lips and I smirk up at her. What are you doing on Earth anyway? She asks, teaching some stupid kids to be heroes and such. It'll be a pain in the arse. I groan out, how old? She asks, 15 plus. I sat, so your age then? She smirks out, like I said, a pain in the arse. I say. She smirks and shakes her head at me. We both decided to re-meet everyone at the ranch. When we arrive, we see the crew clearly injured, and Striker is missing. Why am I not surprised? Where in the hell have you two been? Blitz asks, none of you business. Blitz. Luna says. I shove my hands in my pockets as I see the gears click in his head and glares at me while holding a gun. For love of, I'm gonna kill him. Blitz says. I smirk and kiss Luna, shocking Millie, her family and Moxie, before vanishing while laughing.